understands. Shit's too complicated. Away, and I feel like I am someone else. Away, and I feel like I don't know myself, no. Away, and I feel like I don't know my name. And I don't want to live this way. I don't wanna keep on wasting a life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing the mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
Unknown Brain, Marvin Divine, and we back.
Can't nobody tell me nothing. Made it through the rain and rain, I turn nothing into something. No more dealing with their assumptions, cause I do what I gotta do and I know, can't nobody do it like me. All they do is judge me for who I might be. Maybe if they took some time to pick my mind to see that I'm cooler than lemons and iced tea. All I wanna do is live it up with the homies. Everybody really talking as if they know me, but I guess I gotta face it. I'm so tired of being faceless.
I don't wanna keep on wasting a life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing the mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
So faceless.
Got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody, and you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Jungle of love. Listen to my conditions, I got you on my mind. You were stuck in my head and I don't know why. We got a billion races, we got this melody, and you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Love. We're running in the jungle of love.
I remember the days, always at the same place, the same people every day. I will never forget this black old Corvette standing in front of my way. We were both in high school. I thought I was a fool. Oh, when I was falling for you, you keep drawing me in. I know it's a sin, but even so, yeah, I need you. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. Feel so bittersweet, knowing I can leave. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heart and beat. 'Cause you taste like candy. I remember the night when you kissed me goodbye, and I said I'd be just fine. The next day you were gone, but you called and left on. But looking back, I still want you. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. Feel so bittersweet, knowing I can leave. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heart and beat. 'Cause you taste like candy. Tasty. Eat you on a Sunday. Feel so bittersweet, knowing I can leave. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heart increase.
You don't know what goes on behind these eyes. You don't know the loneliness hidden inside. You don't know I wanna eat you up alive. Come and get to know me, my type of wild. I'm the kind that spins you and hangs you dry. Well, I'm already on to another side. If you gave me your whole life, I would still have room for more. 'Cause I've got that appetite. Maybe I never feel whole. You might get me through the night, but it will never be enough. It will never be enough. 'Cause I'm a black gold for your love. For your love, your love. 'Cause it's true, no, everything they say about me, I'll suck you, no, my center of gravity. 'Cause it's true, no, everything they say about me, I'll love you like a supernova, burned into you like a shooting star. Always craving for you to come to me. Though this way of life, no, it ain't healthy, but ain't no other way, it's just what I need. I want all your soul, I want your body. I'm the type that licks her play clean. Don't wanna let go, wanna you can eat. If you gave me your whole life, I would still have room for more. 'Cause I've got that appetite. Baby, I never feel whole. You might get me through the night, but it will never be enough. It will never be enough. 'Cause I'm a black gold for your love. Your love. 'Cause I'm a black gold for your love. Your love. 'Cause it's true. just like you. Na, 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 my center of gravity. Cause it's true. Na, 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 everything they say about me. I'll love you like a supernova. Burn into you like a shooting star. If you give me your whole life, I would still have room for more. Cause I've got that appetite. Baby, I never feel whole. You might get me through the night, but it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Cause I'm a black girl for your love. Never be enough. Cause I'm a black girl for your love.
Oh, darling, if I had bought you flowers, would you still be here by my side? Yeah, I thought this moment could be ours. While I'm walking on you through the night, you can break my bones, break all the promises, but leave me alone. Don't break my heart. You should fucking stay with him. You should fucking stay with him. Darling, if I had bought you flowers, what if you stayed at home that night? Yeah, I've been lonely counting hours while I'm getting blinded by the light. You can break my bones, break all the promises, but leave me alone. Don't break my heart. You should fucking stay with him. You should fucking stay with him. Break my bones, break all the promises, but leave me alone. Don't break my heart.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Say all the words out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away. They were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your my compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer each day to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes it don't last that long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon.
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Perfect. Ain't got no place to call my own. Feels like I'm better off alone. So sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I'm on my way home. I'm no good for you, so I drive around Manhattan. They're all laughing, oh, I'm tragic. Yeah, I'm driving in my car and seeing open, but I can't go down that road again. I'll smoke a cigarette. But will that help me forget you? Will that help me forget you? I just need to forget you. Oh, you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I don't need to forget you. I don't need to forget you. Now you're sleeping beside me. Yeah, I wonder who could we, or could we pretend that we're on the same page? Now we're at the table, and you got nothing to say 'cause you're scared of all my answers. I can't handle this, I'd just rather forget you. Will that help me forget you? I just need to forget you. Oh, you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I don't need to forget you. I don't need to forget you.
There's something that won't let me forget the way that you move. You tattooed me with your lips. Wore you like perfume. We were like no other, two hearts on the edge, but we went from lovers to just being friends. Play me like a song stuck in your head, but you still get my blood rushing. Dance with me, baby, you take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let this old record play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let this old record play. I know you see me cross the room, let's skip to the end. I wanna be what keeps you sleepless past 3 a.m. I know that we're toxic, but I like the thrill. I'd be 6 feet under if looks could kill. Let's go back to live it all again and get too close as fast as we can. Dance with me, baby, you take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let this old record play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let this old record play. I know this gets so complicated. You lose your mind just to change it, and tomorrow you'll regret it. But until the morning, dance with me, baby, you take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let this old record play. Let it play, baby.
Without you here, can't sleep, can't breathe. I need you here, right next to me. Thoughts in my head, racing. We can't go on like this anymore. I'm done with the games we're playing. I'm over it. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Oh, yeah, I gotta let you go. Oh, yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Shawty, summer fine, summer fine. I saw you right up in the summertime, summertime. I tried to make you mine, it wouldn't work. Put in work, I had to push you first. I lost my mind, went berserk. I feel like Uzi Vert, Vivian Westwood chain hanging right around my neck. Balenciaga kicks 44 when I step. Summer fine, summer fine. I saw you right up in the summertime, summertime. But now I stay inside all the time, wasting away, waiting for you to call one more time. Without you here, can't sleep, can't breathe. I need you here, right next to me. Thoughts in my head, racing. We can't go on like this anymore. I'm done with the games we're playing. I'm over it. So I had to let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Hey, yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Wait, yeah, I gotta let you go.
Welcome back, survivors, to the Alpine Discovery Tournament. I'm Dadventurer, and I am so excited for day 2 of this tournament on the new map, Alpine. I'm here with my friend and co-broadcaster, Delsol G, and we are so excited. We had 6 amazing games yesterday. It was great, and guess what? Each time you're watching these 2 days of tournaments, we're giving away a free code, but the temperatures were so low yesterday on Alpine that the code was frozen. And for this reason, today we're going to give away 2 codes. We're going to start this broadcast by making sure you got yesterday's frozen code. It will work for you if you go to reward.ff.green.com. Here is the code below: 7HP4 4AJ8 JAYK. Those of you who are early, guess what? That frozen code is thawed and it's there for you. I want to introduce you, let my friend Del Sol introduce you himself, and we're going to get a breakdown of the rules, and we're going to tell you about how yesterday's standings were and tell you some of the great things we're looking for in today's map here on Alpine.
Dadventurer, thank you so much. So guys, don't forget to get that code. You don't want to miss out on some free stuff. That's awesome. But yesterday was just so much action, so much fast-paced action. However, there is a thing going on where La Bahia is way ahead. So all these teams have to catch up. Right now, the closest one is Team Uvita. So let's see what happens. And that doesn't black out all the other teams. All the other teams have a great chance. They just got to play their skill. They just got to do really well. And I guarantee you, these teams will move up. And you know what? It's not over. This is only day 2. It's a fresh start for everyone right now. So let's see who can top the Kings La Bahia. Adventure?
Yeah, we're going to look at the points breakdown. This is how the scoring works. So each of these teams are going to be playing. We have 18 teams. There's a score system. So there's different groups. I think we got group A, B, and C. And so the teams are in a mix of those 18 teams in each game. But you get points based on position. That booyah, the epic booyah gets you 12 points. Then it's 9, 8, 7, reduced all the way down to 0 for 11 and 12. But the kicker is each team gets 1 point per kill. And we saw yesterday some amazing gameplay from some of the top teams where they were delivering elimination kill after elimination kill and getting 10, 11, 12 kills and really pushing their team to the top. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive the teams are today as we take a look at the total standings to see who's in the lead after day 1 as we're into day 2 of the Alpine Discovery Tournament. Now, Del Sol, we saw some strategy yesterday. We saw some rush tactics. We saw some teams adjusting throughout the rounds. But overall, La Bahia was number 1 with those 3 booyahs with 103 points. Woo! They're going to be hard to catch today, but there are some teams that are in striking distance, and we'll see if Uvita, ANXJ, Mobsters, the Mighty Ducks, and others can catch up. What do you think about today as we get into these 6 games today?
Adventure, anything is possible, especially in this map of Alpine. They just have to play to their strengths. They just have to know where to land and how to utilize that landing point. They got to utilize who exactly is in their team, who is going to be the support, who is going to be the runners, and who is going to be the aggressive. The Adventure, like we saw earlier today, or like we saw yesterday, Alpine is a huge map with many structures. There are many vantage points for snipers, and what was the weapon of choice that people were doing yesterday? It was the VSS. I guarantee you we're going to see more VSS action today, and I won't be surprised if people bring out more sniping, and I'm just excited to see what's about to happen and what's about to unfold here on day 2.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing from yesterday is if you're looking for strategy of gameplay, really understanding that you have to find the correct weapons on this map. The VSSX, especially the one that does the extra poison damage. That gun owned the map yesterday. We saw Bestia on team, I think Team Uvita, utilize the double M82B with brutality over a couple games. But we saw teams using the VSSX as that is a very readily available loot, ground loot, which is not what you're going to find with that Barrett sniper rifle. And so I think teams today are going to have to recognize that if they're going to compete this level, they're going to have a VSSX on their squad. They're going to have to be able to get that poison damage as teams are rotating, because Alpine, it's a big open map, and everybody seems to love the new map. We actually did some surveys over on my channel and Flame Carver, my son's channel, just asking people about this map, and overwhelmingly, our fans love Alpine. I think it's going to become a favorite map of people. It's just a gorgeous map. And the best location that everybody loves is Snowfall. And Snowfall is kind of what I say, it's a rusher's paradise. It's a place that there's 4 different types of players in Free Fire. You got your rushers, you got your snipers, you got your support players, and you got your scout players. And those are the people that kind of watch the flanks. When we look at Snowfall, it's got a lot of houses with a lot of loot. And when you got a lot of loot, people can drop, but they're all going to drop there. They're going to find weapons. And because of all the houses, it's not a sniper's paradise. It's a rusher's paradise. Somebody's going to use angles to be able to duck in on houses, attack each other, try to third party. And so we've seen a lot of that early on as some teams have been super aggressive, Del Sol. What do you think about Snowfall and some of these other locations in today's Alpine Discovery Tournament?
And I agree with you. I think Snowfall is a great place to drop in. I think there's many loot there. I think it puts a team at a great advantage. Also, I can't count out Militia. I think Militia was a good place to drop too. Much looting there and a lot of close range combat. However, take note that once these teams drop in, they have till the first safe zone to go into action. So they have to wait until that first safe zone. So that is very crucial. And waiting for that first safe zone gives you a lot of time to equip yourself. It gives you a lot of time for your team to group up, to know what the strategy is, where they're landing, and what their area is. Also, another awesome place that I personally like is Rivermouth. Large amounts of loot, and it's also ideal for close combat, especially those that want to come in. You just wait, and if people want to loot in Rivermouth and you already have that place grounded, it's great to bring people down as well.
Right, and how this tournament is set up, we have 18 teams. Each of the teams have designated landing zones because this is Alpine Discovery. We want you to discover, and we want to teach you tips and tricks using the North American influencers to teach you how to play this brand new map in the game, helping you to figure out your tactics, your strategies for your squad or your duo or your individual solo match, so that you know how to approach this with a high level of skill, so you can be competitive in really ranked Free Fire, which a lot of people love to play. And so as we look at some of these locations, there are specific and unique strategies. We saw that in Railroad. If you're in Railroad and you're not paying attention, you are going to get ambushed very quickly. We saw it yesterday. The Mighty Ducks in game 1 came in. We had a team there. They were looting. They weren't paying attention. They didn't have any scouts. Next thing you know, the Mighty Ducks came up and within 10 seconds wiped the whole team. We saw that again, I think, in game 3. Another team got wiped too quickly as the Mighty Ducks came in, but this time they're ready, and there's just not a lot of cover in Railroad. Although Railroad's great for sniping, as you've got really 2 sniper locations, and Delsol, there's 2 vending machines there, which is going to make it a hot location, because if you get attacked, you can get one player out and bring back your whole squad. Especially in games 5 and 6, we saw players escaping, or at least trying to escape, and using the vending machines to bring their entire team back for later in the game. And that, to me, that's exciting, as teams are using that strategy of trying to keep one man alive.
Revival is crucial in this game. You're going to want to have one person that's dedicated to just reviving and healing other teammates, because once that storm comes closing in, you want to make sure that you have as many people as possible, as that increases your chances of being higher on the point system.
Yeah, I love the revival mechanic. And for me, that makes Free Fire more and more playable, because it's hard to sit and watch your team play the whole time if you die early. The revival mechanic for the vending machines and the revival zones, I think, great addition to Free Fire. I love it. The designers of this game are just going above and beyond, making it more and more playable. And then you throw in this new beautiful map of Alpine with snowfall, with the solar and windmill farm, just the look, the beautiful mountains. I just think the future is very bright for Alpine, as we as currently North American influencers, along with these teams that are led and coached by North American influencers, are falling in love with this map. And the goal, I think, of Alpine Discovery is to help our survivors across North America fall in love with this map. Some of these amazing locations on the outskirts, like Blueville, Rivermouth, and learning how to play with unique strategies, because not every location is the same. Not every location has zip lines. Not every location has player launchers. Not every location has the same amount of loot drops. And so learning the different mechanics of the map, Delsol, allows you as a player to really embrace this map and what is unique about it, and really, I think, fall in love with Alpine in the future. And I think a lot of people are going to be downloading Alpine. Unfortunately, that doesn't bode well for my previous favorite, Kalahari, as I don't think many people are going to have that on their phones anymore after getting Alpine.
Now, Dadventurer, I do got to say that I did take some of your word, and I went to go discover Forest Red, and I was like, I roamed around the area before I got killed there, of course. I roamed down the area, and I was like, wow, Dadventurer was right. This place is very beautiful. Now, Dadventurer, what do you got to say about your place, Forest Red?
I love Forest Red. It's a big open place, and so I'm not the sniper person, but I just like the view you get, especially if you're in Forest Red and you're looking over the hill, and the hill kind of cuts away, and you got that big, beautiful, snowy mountains in the far background. It looks good. So I don't know that it's my best strategy to play there, because I'm more of a rusher player myself. I like to drop in a location with a lot of loot and a lot of cover, because I need it. But I think the beauty of Forest Red, the beauty of Snowfall, and some of these other locations just makes Alpine a great map for us to engage in. And as we get in this first game, we're gonna watch with some of these teams as they drop in some of these locations. We're gonna give you some tips and tactics to utilize your skill in these maps. You see Forest Red right there. You see Rivermouth and Stadium. We're gonna share with you how you can approach these locations for your own squads to help you, because some of the things that the designers have done is created unique environments across the map. Not everything's the same, and so you find the right places for your playstyle, you're going to get more wins, you're going to get more kills, because you're finding the landing location that's best for your playstyle. As we watch Uvita, which is currently our second place team here, land into the game. And as they land in, they're gonna obviously loot quick and get ready. We saw Bestia there in the background just continue to be MVP of a couple matches and get kill after kill, as well as Uvita here, one of our North American influencers that we're watching here. His team, you can see him there on the screen down in the corner. Uvita is not only a North American influencer, his play level is high caliber along with his squad, and they're far from the lead right now. I think 20-some points out of the lead, but they're the closest team that has a chance with a couple strong games today to get back into the lead and really take the victory today.
Dadventure, this is a very, very solid team with very high-level players, and I'm excited to see how far they are going to go. As you can see, they are getting ready. They are getting their squad ready just for battle, and they are loaded up. I'm excited to see what the exchange would be between Uvita and possibly La Bahia. I think they're going to go at war today, and that's not to count out all the other teams as well. I think all the other teams have an equal chance of catching up as well, but it depends. How skillful will your team be today? And I guess a lot of people learned from yesterday what their mistakes were and how they can improve on it. And right now we are in a blue zone on top of the Garrison. Dadventure, what do you got for us for the Garrison? What is interesting about this area?
I love both Garrison and Militia. I think they're similar but different. For me, the Garrison is one of those locations where if you like to snipe, there's a lot of open space, there's a lot of gaps in it, as well as there's some buildings. So it kind of has a rusher and sniper mix where you can get your loot, but you also have that open space around the buildings, but you have the abilities to cover in. It's not one that you wanna have no scouts for. I think you have to have a scout in Garrison. You have to have somebody watching your flanks, because if you're not paying attention there's too many easy locations for a team to come in and to advance on your team without you knowing, without somebody to watch it. And so having that player that watches your back, it's always hard in squad play because everybody wants to be the hero, but you've got to have a scout player on a squad when you're in this high level of competition, because at any time another team could show up. And we saw yesterday, it only takes a few seconds to wipe out a squad.
So we're about 10 seconds out from the first safe zone drawing, and right now we have Team 10 and Team 2 in close quarters. So in about 5 seconds, let's see what's about to happen. Are they about to engage? And I believe they are going to engage. They're going to push towards each other, and they are fully loaded. We got Team Uvita along with Team 10. Here we go, and it's begun. The action is beginning. Right now we have Kathy with a woodpecker picking away on the other team as well.
And we're in Snowfall here. This is a great place for equipment. There's a lot of buildings. When you have buildings, you get a lot of loot. And here you can head straight to the store and get that upgraded loot. But you got to be aware, they can get in these high locations in these buildings. And that bodes well for snipers. That bodes well for people with the VSSX and woodpeckers to hit you long range. And so we see Piggy Gang here getting some quick kills and becoming our kill leader. Piggy Gang's got some of our great players here in North America on it, but we see that is the Uvita team is down and out early on.
Uvita
in
is
the game.
white.
Wow,
and I'm very surprised to see them go that early. I told you, anytime in this
strategy. Yeah,
it is strategy.
These teams know where each other are landing, right? So if you are a team that's really far down from out of first place, you're going to have to get into quick action with the Uvitas and the La Bahias to try to even things up. And the Mighty Ducks, that's our fourth place team right there. The Mighty Ducks are out.
Mighty Ducks eliminated.
That's two of our top 5 teams out early in this match. Well, I think what we're seeing is there's some aggressive play here as these teams realize the only way to make up points on those leaders is to take them out early so they cannot score high levels of points. Now, I don't know if we have La Bahia in this match. I'm not sure who's in this match exactly. We saw Uvita in there. They're not going to gain any points moving forward. They might have got 1 point this match, depending on where they finish. I think they might have finished in 10th or 11th. If they got 11th, no points. So that's going to allow some of those other teams to catch up on them. So that was a great play by Piggy Gang going after one of our lead teams there early on in the match. And here we're watching one of our influencers, Mr. Fig. Fig's VR King here and his team. They did fairly well yesterday. They had a couple rough games and a couple really stellar games. How do you think that Fig's team is going to do today, Delsol?
I think Fig's team is going to do great as long as they keep to their strategy and pushing forward. Also, Dadventure, I just got to say that this game right now, this game we're watching, game 1 out of 6, is very crucial for these other teams, especially if La Bahia is not playing. This gives these teams a chance to get higher on the ranking board right now, and it's very crucial that they take advantage of this, especially with Team Uvita out of the game. If Team Uvita's out of the game, that eliminates a bigger chance. That eliminates a chance of these teams getting higher in the ranking. So it's crucial. Now is the crucial time. Take advantage. It is time for all these teams to get as much points as possible, get as much kills as possible, and who knows, we might see a different team this time than what we saw yesterday on the Booyah today, and they're going to gain that points advantage. So again, Dadventure,
right. We saw the Lions there running through Docks. Docks is a great map, especially for those who like to camp. I think Docks is a great camping location if you want to land there. If someone comes up to attack you, you've got the ramps and slopes in Docks to try to get away, take away the side angles. I think Lions are going to do well there. But right now, it looks like we've got here at Garrison, we've got some action here from the U.S. squad versus KDA King and his squad here.
Right now, we got some action, and we are seeing the bullets fly. We did see that the other team was going on Team 9 like that. They saw that they were there, and they just wiped them out. Now we got Team 2 advancing on Team 11, all in the blue zone. Again, blue zone, high spot area. You don't want to drop there if you know that a lot of people are dropping there. But if you see people that are not dropping there, it is time to collect. And this is what's happening. Everyone is gearing up at the blue zone in the Garrison, and action is going crazy.
Now, what happened here is we had two teams engaged right here in this. We had the JA Mobsters versus the Piggy Gang versus US Sweat. What happened is JA Mobsters were engaged with, I believe, US, and Piggy Gang came in as third parties. And so now we have both US Mobsters or JA Mobsters and the US team are out, and Piggy Gang gets 2 more team eliminations and 8 kills.
All right, we are hovering over Team 5 and Team 3.
That's a third party that gets 2 team wipes out of it. That's a great third party maneuver, and they're obviously going to get those 8 kills for that.
And we were talking earlier about how Railroad is a great place to drop. And right now, we're seeing that. All right, and now we're looking over at Team 1 and 8, and they are going all at it. I see blue walls all over the place, and I see bullets flying everywhere.
It looks like we've got the Lions here. The Lions wiping out the CJ Cajonas team, and so we got that's Mia Santita right there, number 1 there, the San. That's Mia Lepe, and Mia Lepe is one of our great North American influencers, hailing from the West Coast of the U.S., and so she's a great streamer, great player. I always kind of fear seeing her in a match because, especially in Clash Squad, she is hard to reckon with. She is a great streamer and great player of Free Fire. And so the Lions now with 4 kills, they get the squad wipe on the other squad there, and are moving up into the windmill farm as we look at Piggy Gang going over the vending machine to get some more gear here. And it looks like they decided to get some glue walls, as we see 6 glue walls here with Alucia. We see 13 glue walls with his teammates. This team is ready with an SVD and ready with some glue walls. So I think we're going to see a lot of quick action as Piggy Gang is going to rush. And you can see a rush sniper tactic here, which is a great 1-2 combination, Delsol.
And Dadventure, what we're seeing here is we're seeing other teams that we didn't see before advancing more faster. We are seeing more teams getting eliminated faster than before. This shows me that these teams have completely changed their strategy as compared to yesterday, because they know it's game time, it's time to catch up, and today is crucial. As we see more and more action going on, and the storm is closing in, we see Team 2 moving out, we see them along with Team 5.
Yeah, we can see Piggy Gang really pushing hard here, moving downhill. We can see that they got the kill leader. Piggy Gang now's got the fire, which means they're the current kill leaders. They've got 9 kills already. We still have 22 players left. They're really going to push hard and try to make some strides on Uvita in second place and La Bahia with that overall first place score coming out of day 1.
Right now, we're just seeing everyone pushing in, and we're over Team 2, and let's see what's about to happen as these teams get closer and closer right now. Currently, they're just regrouping, they're healing up. We are looking at Team Pig. They just wiped out a squad earlier, and, I think this game is going to favor into Team Pigs, because if you look, their kill count is 9, so they are currently dominating, but right now on the leaderboard is Team 2 as well. They are the dominators of this current game. But can Team Pigs catch up to Team 2? Well, I'll see. Let's see what happens.
Now you can see here, Team 5 is split by Team 2 and Team 3. Melinario is over on his own, and he fortunately goes out. They really cut that team in two. They've got him trapped in the storm. That's not going to bode well for Team 5 there, as Van de Vel, it looks to be outnumbered here, which puts CDM out of the match with a quadra kill there for Pigs. And now 11 kills for Pigs with 19 players left, 5 teams. And it'll be interesting to see what Team 3 does here on the other side. Really, they need to push Team 2. You're going to let this team regroup, get their player back. Potentially, that does not bode well currently with how well they're pushing. And so we've got to be really careful if you're Team 3 letting this team. Yeah, there we go. They're putting some pressure on them from uphill. They do have that uphill location, but that rock's going to give some advantage to Team 2.
Right now, we are currently at Sunside. Sunside is known for being a great place for teams to go all over the place. And right now, we are seeing a battle between teams 2 and 3. And they are putting glue walls up in the place. They're taking defense. And we are seeing great use of the Kingfisher, one of my personal favorite long-range weapons, as it produces a lot of ammo, but in a very long range.
And you can see, we're seeing a graphic here for the watchtowers. The watchtowers now are upgraded. I think they're elite upgraded watchtowers. They have more levels. They provide better cover for you. Those other watchtowers had too many holes, too many angles where you can hit them. Now you've got these these like 2-3 level watchtowers to keep you protected, especially as you go up the ramps. And so watchtowers are something, if you can hold down, especially on edge of circle as the teams are moving in, that is a valued position. So if you're new to the game, or if you're just struggling to find your gameplay style, getting a watchtower with your team and holding it down, especially now having multiple levels, if you can hold that down inside a circle, especially if you can get some of those scans that'll show you where the future circles are going, that could be a great strategy for you to improve your gameplay, to improve your position in ranked games, and really move yourself up the ladder to Heroic and Grandmaster in Free Fire ranked game modes for you and your squad.
Yes, I agree. So right now, Team 2, this is a time for Team 2 to keep pushing, but also a time for Team 2 to regroup. Right now, they are killing people. They are with 11 kills, and right now, if you look at it, Jordan and Eliswa have 4 kills, and they are really playing to this strategy as the circle gets closer. Right now, we're looking over at Team 3, Team 1, and Team 7, and Team 2. I believe Team 2 is going to take out Team 1 right here, but I'm not going to discount Team 1. Team 1 still has a fighting chance, but Team 2 is about to head straight to them. So they might want to watch out, especially with the UAV hovering right over Team 1. So Team 2, they're going to have a pretty good chance of knowing where everyone is, and you see that supply drops are all over the place. So it's a good chance to regroup right now and get ready for this eventual war that's about to happen. And there goes the UAV. UAV is down, and Team 2 is advancing forward. So let's see. Now, are we going to see an action
pack? Here is holding this position on the top of the hill, which is a smart maneuver. But they've got to, like, if you know a team is just showing up in the kill feed, which is that little feed to the side that tells you who's killing who. If you know a team is repetitively show up there, you've got to see when they're engaged in a battle, and you've got to help take them out. You've got to work together sometimes with your enemies, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And when you see a team showing up so many times in that kill feed, you've got to try to get them out earlier instead of letting them place, because you know they're just going to get more and more and more points. So these teams got to be watching that kill feed. Somebody's got to be paying attention to who's putting who out. And when they find that one of those teams is engaged, you've got to jump in quick to try to eliminate them to get points for yourself for kill points, but you've also got to try to keep them from getting as many placement or kill points so that you can move in the rankings, you can stall their upward movement.
Right now, we're seeing everyone getting closer in, and what am I seeing over here? We are seeing healing, we are seeing bullets flying all over the place, and right now, Genix took advantage of that boulder, but he is down, he is advancing forward, and he is going to take the other team out. They are all trying to gang up on Team 2 right now, and right now, all I see is fast-paced action, and we are seeing a lot of holding, especially here, and we got Mia Lipe inside the cabin right now, and she is just taking people out as well. And this is all fast-paced action. This is exciting, and I love it. This is Alpine.
That's a nice shotgun play by Gucci there with that double drop. Nice job. The Lions are now the kill leader. Gucci went
Lions are kill leader.
One to the right, and now beautifully well done with that quadra kill. And so now we have Team 1, the Lions, holding that side position on the hill. They don't have all the height. They do have height over Team 2. And really right here, the best thing for Team 3 would be to attack Team 2. But it looks like Team 3 is going to engage Team 1 and potentially going to make it better for Team 2. And it looked like they've taken one of the lines down. And so Team 2, by slow playing this, is ultimately going to end up probably working together with 3 inadvertently to take out the Lions if they're not careful here for the Lions.
And this is good advantage for Team 2 to hold out while Team 1 and 3 are going at it. But it seems like Team 2 is about to advance forward. And they're getting their long-range weapons out, and I see it. And they're going to pick and choose who to pick out right now as Team 3 holds themselves on that boulder over there. And right now, Mia Lipe is on her own, and she is protecting herself as much as she can. But now she's out in the open. But it looks like she's going to advance. She is going to advance onto Team 3.
Unfortunately, she ran out of glue walls. Mia Lipe is out. One of our influencers here, but we still have Akoa Free, which has some fans in the chat. I saw people before the stream tell me they thought Akoa Free was going to do well, so good job to our survivors in the chat. Akoa Free is now sitting on top of the hill here with 4 people left, and it looks like they are holding this high ground position. Can they utilize this to put this in their team out and bleed out some health here, bleed out some glue walls as they're getting free cover from this rock?
And Dadventure, what is the advantage of having the high ground in this match? Well, right now they're off the high ground.
You can see here
that
the ability to get grenades over glue walls and to do damage, splash damage. Akoa Free, unfortunately, he did that rush when he had a player down. And Piggy Gang, it looks like it's eliminated. So I think we're going to see Akoa Free with the booyah! Nice job.
It is all over.
There we go. We got Alicia. This is the Piggy Gang gets it here with the booyah there at the end. They were able to take Akoa Free out. And now we got Jordan, Lucia, Sweat, and Rodito playing here for these squads. So well done to Piggy Gang with the booyah. So an update here as we before we hit some replays to the survivors in the chat, guys. It looks like they were still finalizing the thought of that expiration on that code. So the code is working now. You can go to reward.ff.garena.com/EN, log in to whatever device you play, and you can put the code in. We'll show the code for you again. Maybe they'll show it now. They're going to show it at the end of the stream with the new code. But the expiration, here we go. They put it up for you. 7HP4 4AJ8 JAYK. Don't worry, Free Fire's got you. They'll get the code working. Make sure you put it all caps. Throw it on the website. I'm going to be honest with you. I put it in right for the stream. I want to make sure I got the free stuff too. It worked for me. So it's working for all of you now. They got the expiration thawed out on that. So you guys are all good. Go ahead and throw that in. And we're going to give you another code at the end of the stream. Thanks for your patience and being with us as we put some blowtorches that and thaw it out. Now, Delsol, as we go, we're going to see some replays here of that gameplay. Piggy Gang surprisingly was super aggressive, and I think the best moment of that was really taking out the Uvita squad. And you can see Henry there just get that nice shot. Look at that nice shot by X Henry on Shavar through the corner of that tent. They come in here, they wipe the squad, US does, but then what they didn't know is there was a third party from Piggy Gang right behind him, which came in and really wiped both of those squads out.
I just gotta say, Piggy Gang really focused on their skill and their strategy here on this game, and that was evident through what we saw today. They played a lot differently than they played yesterday, and I guarantee you right now, Dadventure, Piggy Gang might rank up higher on the leaderboard today. And if they keep doing this strategy, if they keep changing up their game and focusing on their strategy, they might be in the consideration for top 5. We'll see. And right now we are in replay number 2, and we are in Railroad and Team 3, and we're looking over at Team 1 and Team 8, and we're seeing action going all over the place. And right now, it was an awesome action-paced action, and it was exciting to watch, and we are going to see more.
What I love about Alpine, I love these rocks. I'm going to just be honest with you. Every time we've seen a final circle, I would say 80% of the time, we've seen some of these giant rocks appear as cover in that circle. And what it does is somebody like me who doesn't buy a lot of glue walls all the time, I should buy more. It gives you some free cover, and we saw Akoa Free utilizing that cover there towards the end of the match. Unfortunately, they did not get the booyah. They did end up with second place there, but they were utilizing the strategy of using those big rocks for cover. And I think when we're talking about tips and tricks for our players here, we can see Akoa Free on this rock. You can see how many glue walls Piggy Gang is using down the hill to protect himself as shot after shot. We've got We've got the freeze grenades. We've got grenades coming down. And then Okoa free rushes as they've got Lucia down. Unfortunately, what happened is they got Lucia up too quickly, and Okoa free ends up going 1v2. And I think he thought he was going to go 1v1 with one player down. And what happens is Jordan turns the tables on him, takes him out, and unfortunately they're 2v1 on the other player. And that's a tough situation for those teams to be in. But I think that's what I love about Alpine. So when you're in final circles, Del Sol, I think these players should be looking for that rock cover and save some of those glue walls for when they desperately need it.
And that's exactly what we're trying to say here. The rock is definitely the glue wall that never goes away, and you want to utilize that as long as the storm isn't pushing you forward. And right now, we're going to see who our MVP is. And who is our MVP? Let's see. Alicia with 6 kills.
6. All right, so a new MVP. Though we haven't had this player as MVP yet. Good job to Elucia. I think that's how you say it. So 6 kills. That's pretty fair gameplay. Piggy Gang ended up having a lot of kills there. So I think Piggy Gang is gonna move up the board. They were actually at the bottom of the board. So they had a long way to go. So I think they've made some substitutes in today's game and are going to we're probably going to see them high pressure, high kills. Those players obviously are going to be very aggressive. They really wiped, I think, 4 or 5 teams there moving into that board and seem to really just have some aggressive gameplay. So it'll be interesting to see how far they move up from the very bottom of the board in today's gameplay.
And seeing Elucia as MVP, it gives hope to other players as well. You know, this isn't just Team Laba here, Team Uvita taking over Free Fire. This is every man's game, every team's game, and today is the crucial time to catch up. Today is the crucial time to make your team known. I am the king of Alpine Tournament.
Yeah. Let's see the standings here. I think we're going to see La Bahia still at the top of the standings, and that's one of the things that's exciting. They didn't play in that round, so they had nowhere to go. Uvita stays there, but we can see Piggy Gang has went all the way from, I think 18th is where they were at the beginning, all the way to number 10 with a great performance.
That is a big jump.
Booyah. I think they only had a few points. I think maybe had 6 points, 4 points. So they dominated that, moving halfway up the board and putting themselves. If they play 1 or 2 more games like that, they're going to be in the top spots. So they're going to be up there in the top 3. So that's going to be quite impressive for them to utilize that gameplay. We didn't see La Bahia. Uvita Sport actually was in that game but went out. They didn't move up or down. They kind of stayed flat. They didn't get any points there. And so Okoa Free now takes 3rd place. I think they were down in that middle of the pack in 8th, 9th. We talked about them a little bit at the end of the day yesterday. They did a great job using that cover, using that high ground. Those are some of the strategies that you guys as survivors can employ in your own gameplay, moving themselves up into 3rd. They've got to have a few more games like that to get in striking distance of that number 1 overall. But I think that was a great game there. The Lions also did well. I think the Lions are a team that really have shown us good gameplay strategy with having a sniper character, a rush character, a scout character, support character. It seems to be that team is utilizing 4 different character roles for their players. And we see some of the better teams doing that. We saw Uvita doing that yesterday with Bestia using that sniper play, covering his team as they go in. And so we saw Piggy Gang use that as they had one of their characters out with the SVD while the other 3 rush. Being able to use your sniper to get damage from afar while your other players are advanced just gives you a significant HP and EP advantage over the enemy. And when every shot matters, every bullet hit matters, that can be the difference of winning an engagement and wiping a squad versus you guys being eliminated early in the game. And so what are some of your thoughts as we look to get into game 2? What are your takeaways there as we move into the next game?
Well, right now, Uvita can't get too comfortable because it is crucial. All these teams are trying to catch up to them, and right now they are still in 2nd place, so they're in a pretty good area right now. But let's see what's going to happen in game 2. Let's see how it's all going to play out. This is any team's game right now, so let's see what's going to happen. Right now, all the teams are being displaced all over the place, and this is crucial, and it's time for them to stock up.
As we look here, we see base camp down there. We see Sunside, Carousel. You know, if you want to get tan, we talked about going to get tan at Sunside. We've got Joan YouTuber, one of our Dominican influencers here in the North America. His team here. We got Giovanni. We got Ryzen. We've got Laura B here. They're moving quickly into loot. There's a P90. I like the P90 in the game. I think it's a great close range game. Combat, if you're a rusher, it's a good one to have. And so we're going to see them here as I think they're landing in mid-map here. And so it'll be interesting to see how they approach it. And look out the window. That looks like a painting. Oh, and they're here at they're in the stadium at the basketball court. This is a great place for shotguns.
The basketball court is a great place.
Now, the cool thing about this game is we got a new gun coming to the game very soon, and I was able to play with that new gun in the advanced server in this stadium, and I had a lot of fun. So this stadium is a great place for shotgun gameplay, especially as they add a new gun, hopefully in the game here soon, and you'll get to use it here. There's cover in here, but there's open space that you can duck behind. You can hit a shot, and then you can move behind it. So this is a great place for shotguns. If you're one of those shotgun players, get your M87, get your M1014, and hop into stadium. That's a great place to land. Find that loot, and you may end up getting a quick squad wipe with your shotgun and hang out here until the circle makes you move.
It's also a great place to play basketball, Dadventure. However, they got a lot of stuff here on the court, so I don't think they can play right now. But like he said, great place to loot, great place to hide until that storm starts moving in. Also, there's a vending machine there that you can completely utilize if you have enough coin.
Yeah, those vending machines are really they're a great benefit if you land in a location with a vending machine. You can see one over here just off the corner of Risen's screen to the right back there in the corner. That's a vending machine. You can collect your coins. You can get glue walls. You can get upgraded backpacks, upgraded armor. Those are the kind of things that you can benefit from there. You can get some of the better weapons that you don't have to search for it in the map. And so getting a vending machine also, I think, what's the best benefit you think of a vending machine? What do you think you use it the most for?
So right now, what I use it the most for is backpacks, because sometimes backpacks are just hard to find, especially if you want that level 3 backpack. If you don't have a big backpack, you ain't gonna fit much stuff, and you won't have much ammunition or much glue walls and grenades that you can hold, which are very crucial. So right now we're looking over the Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks, they got wiped out early in the first round, but let's see what's going to happen this time. Is this time for Mighty Ducks to catch on? And I think they will. I think they're going to change their strategy just like last time and bring themselves back up. Right now they are ranking at 10th, but this is time for them to catch up. And right now we're looking over at Team DH. Full frontage up in the house, full frontage. He's very concentrated. Look at that face. That is a game-focused face right there, and he is ready to see if his team can advance as well. Right? Yes, it is, sir.
He's game focused. He's got his finger sleeves on, ready to play. Use his mobile device. That's great. That's exciting. Full Frontage is a great streamer there with Team Liquid, and we can see your team here. You've been fans of the Mighty Duck teams as the new kill leaders A and X. We see them doing well so far early on in the match. We got the Mighty Ducks here at Railroad. They don't land at Railroad, so they're pushing again. They're doing their thing. They're doing their rush tactics. They're pushing. They've got a color free down. It looks like last game, color free must have taken the Mighty Ducks out early. I think they did take the Mighty Ducks out early. So these two teams have been just trading success in the match by just wiping each other out at the beginning.
Mighty Duck says, heck no, we ain't going out this time that early. Right now, we're going to change up our game plan, and we're going to focus on skill. We're going to focus on strategy, and that is exactly what they're doing now as they retreat behind this building here, and they're circling around Team 6, Team 3. So let's see. And you see this right here, great support.
Now, in Railroad, we can talk about it. Railroad's a great place for snipers because of the height advantage. The roof is a great blind spot, especially if you got a marksman rifle and you want to just spam destroy glue walls from afar. The only problem is it's hard for any sniper to solo wipe a squad on top of Railroad because there's just so many positions you can be fired upon from. And so it's great for maybe adding support to a squad, but it's really hard if you're going to solo and just try to wipe squads out there. I think it's the Railroad. If you're going to land a Railroad, you got to have that scout player. We've seen that over and over again. I can't tell you enough the tips and tricks for you. If you're going to land Railroad, make sure somebody's scouting, or you will get wiped quick from one of those positions that you're not looking at. And we've seen almost every game somebody in the Railroad goes down because of the lack of a scout player or a scout player's awareness.
Right now, we're looking at Team Lions, who did really well, but we saw that Bibisito went down, and oh my gosh, Mialipe is down too. All right, let's see how Lions can adjust. Is this time for them to pull back? Is it time for them to focus on reviving. Let's see. And there you go.
Yeah, we've got Lions here. It looks like Lions here. Bebecito's down behind the glue walls. Of course, this is why you use glue walls, right? To give yourself an advantage to fully recover, get kitted up, and then ultimately go back in it. Now, Koa Free, we're back on Railroad here. Dark Horses get eliminated, and we still have Baby Ducks down again, but they're trying. Look, nice glue wall there. The Mighty Ducks are trying here, but we've got an exchange of health versus bringing the other team up. And that's one of those hard positions. I think they're going to get this full squad up here, and we're going to see, Baby Duck's down. So that's just been a hard 1, 2, 3 downs for Baby Duck. We'll see if the Mighty Ducks can pull this out. Ooh, nice freeze grenade there.
I got great faith in the Mighty Ducks right now. But it looks like they are going down, and there goes the Mighty Ducks. Never mind.
There goes the elimination there. And that was a hard exchange. We have seen the Mighty Ducks push Railroad almost every game that they've played. They come down. I think they're landing a snowfall. They come down. They loot up. They come down. They push Railroad. The problem is it works out for them half the time. And it has. They've had games where it's worked out, but they also have games where it's not worked so well. They maybe need to change their strategy a little bit because it's kind of feast or famine for them. And right now, to move up the leaderboard, they're going to have more feast. So maybe they're going to have to push some other locations later in the game.
And right now, Team Pig is going to focus on reviving, as you see that Jordan was focusing on using that motorcycle to get out of dodge. And right now, we're looking at Team Lions right now, who's been pretty aggressive here at this round. I'm excited to see how far they get. And right now, dropping back in is Pingui with Team Calm, and this player has a chance to restock himself and get ready for the next one. And here comes Millonario, who was MVP in the last game yesterday. And Millonario was a special player. He picks and chooses who he puts down, and that is a great skill to have, especially if you're shooting in the long range.
Yeah, we've talked about Millonario a lot. He's had some really great strategy of gameplay. Look at this. He gets pushed and is able to turn that around because he gets Bebecito down. Utilizing that rock and the glue wall to give him a little advantage to pop up and over. He takes Gucci down. He's got a triple kill here as he's 1 on 4, 1 on 3. Wow, that's a really great job by Millonario.
On fire today with the Conjure Krill right there.
And so Santina has to take off and try to bring her squad back against one player. So Millonario has continued to show us day in and day out, Delsol, he's a great player.
He is an amazing player. I was very impressed with him on day 1, and I think he's going to do even better on day 2 because it looks like he is not giving up on losing strength right now.
Now they've totally backed out, so now he can loot up. He can get loot from those loot box crates, and really ultimately probably go into the next battle with grenades, with glue walls. I think Millonario is going to continue to deliver some more placement points for his team as we watch the CDM squad with the rest of them here are not anywhere near Millonario. So I think Millonario is just doing his own thing at this point.
Millonario, he knows what he's doing, and he is focusing on being support as well, but he doubles as well as a killer. And right now, we are focusing on Andres. Andres firing away at Team 5, and let's see as the storm pushes in on Sunside.
Now, you can see right here, we see Andres here. This is great strategy for players. If you want to be in the solar wind farm, these low fences, they give you some cover, especially if you can lay down and you can heal yourself. You can get behind the solar panels. So if you're one of those players who wants to snipe, you want to use the height advantage, the elevation to your gain, you just watch Andres showing you how to do it there from atop an elevated position there and be able to keep the enemy down and also deliver damage from that high position.
And I believe Team Movida is in the lead in regards to kills right now, and they're changing their focus. They are changing how they are because last time they got wiped, but now they are putting fire on the other teams as well.
Killing spree. Millonario with a killing spree. Another killing spree. Somewhere else on the map, but Bestia here is pushing hard. Got four kills. Uvita I think it's time to maybe go and try to bring this squad back. There we go. Bestia's going to take off and try to bring his squad back.
There's a buy station not too far from him. He's going there.
Best position here. Millonario gets another 2 down eliminations, or no, looks like he brought back 2 of his teammates. And so we can see that he's continuing to show show why he is so good, and Bestie is going to move around. When you have a team like Uvita, it's probably best to bring them back, right? When you know your team, if you're together, you're stronger. It's best to just disengage. Yes, Bestie has shown that he could probably wipe a squad on his own if he really works hard, but it's most likely just better to go bring his squad back.
Yes. Right now we're looking over team 7 and 2.
Now, this is Joan YouTuber's team. Again, one of our influencers. He's the coach of this team. They haven't got any kills yet, but they've been managing to stay alive in the last couple games, and so they're already in the top 8. There's one of these rocks we talked about, which gives great positional advantage when you have that height. You don't have to use the glue wall here. He looks like he's going to drop a grenade down the hill. That could be deadly.
You don't have to use the glue wall, but you can use the grenade.
Lucia, as he uses the grenade, can he get a finish there? Oh, nicely done. He gets the finish with that grenade. That is the tips and tricks. We're talking about how you discover how to play Alpine. Right there, Joan YouTuber is showing you how to use an elevated position of grenades, conserve your glue walls, and play to your advantage. And really, you just eliminate that player and weaken that other team's opponent's position.
Dadventurer, we mentioned earlier that a high ground was an advantage, but right now what I'm seeing is the rock is the advantage because it is your permanent glue wall that no one can shoot past you. And not only that is it great for shooting or being protected, it's also great for you to throw grenades on the other opposing team as well because it's a great area where you're covered and you can just throw your grenades at the other team and it goes boom, and then other teams could get wiped because of it.
Well, and that's one of the things you have to think about as a player. Like a glue wall can be destroyed by Skylar's ability. If you use that active ability, it can be taken down by gunfire. If you're in a fight, there's so many. Look at all the rocks strewn around the map right here. Get behind one of those rocks, save your glue wall. The team still has to approach you just like it's a glue wall, but it can't be destroyed. It's an indestructible object in the game. It is to your best ability. Even these trucks on the map that are spread around here. I believe are we in Garrison here, militia? Even these trucks here are spread around the map. They're indestructible objects. Utilize those and save yourself from losing all your glue walls, because we see later in the game, we saw that with the Lions last game. If you lose all your glue walls, you're not going to be able to survive at the end of the game when everybody else has more than you.
All right, down goes Bestia, but I just want to point out, even though Bestia is down, he had 8 kills that adventure. That is going to put a lot of points in that team as well as they advance.
Yeah, and they need those points after last game's blank. You know, they got that big old goose egg, and that's not something I think Team Uvidia is used to. And so getting that goose egg, they got to get some points this game, and it looks like they're playing on it. But we see in this, the one thing that stands out to me here in this map, team number 5, Millionario, still alive over there, just playing.
Millionario being a boss, being a beast. In the middle of like 5 teams, and he's getting kills. Like he just got another kill. I think we're going to see, to me, it looks like, I will say my MVP of this match, probably going to be Millionario just because he's playing by himself most of the game. Although he may end up with the kill leader. Would you say that Millionario is the Tom Brady of his team? That is waiting to be seen.
He might be. Well, I think we've seen as of yesterday, definitely probably that team's personal MVP. It'll be interesting to see how long he lasts here, as he still is alive at the moment. Although I think, they're gonna be a nice shot here from Joan, which might put him out. And he goes out finally. Looks like KDA, that's the J Mobsters team, I believe, puts him out.
Kill. So those of you that are viewing the stream right now,
out right there.
Add Millionario as your friend. He is definitely some type of person that you would want on your team if you want to rank up here on Free Fire.
All right, here's KND Shabar. This is the Jamaican Mobster team. Looks like let's see how many kills they have right now. They've got 4 kills on the match. Using this fence as some cover here, which is great. They're going to run through here. They're going to push on. Arl Isles has got the quadra kill as they move in on team 2. U.S. players gets eliminated. U.S. players eliminated J.A. Mobsters in the last game. So there's a little bit of revenge there as they move in. Los Calavitos going out. And so J.A. Mobsters goes to 6 kills pretty quickly as they get the finish on both those other teams.
Team 3 currently on the killing spree right now as each team is advancing forward. Notice that they're regrouping right here. Team 9 is getting ready for the next exchange that's about to happen here in a few seconds. As the same with Team 2, they are all regrouping. And right now, they're just picking away. Safe zone's about to move again in 4 seconds. and it's beginning to move right now. And all these teams are about to push in, and let's see the exchange that happens in this exciting match here at Alpine Discovery.
Now we've got the Jamaican Mobsters, we've got Piggy Gang. Not sure who the third team is up on the hill. Oh, it's Akoa Free. Akoa Free's got the rock. Going to use the same strategy, probably wise. That rock is going to provide plenty of cover. My guess is Akoa Free is going to let these two fight it out, and then going to engage to get that first or second position. Going to gain that extra position point, most likely. Nope, Akoa Free goes out. Probably should have just hung back up that rock. No one pushed him. I think he was peeking, and unfortunately, one quick headshot will take you out of peak for sure.
Dadventure, something I also noticed, we also talked about how the rock is a great cover, but in this certain area, I see people using haystacks. Haystacks is also great cover, and bullets cannot penetrate haystacks here in Alpine. Those are probably the strongest haystacks I've ever seen, Dadventure.
Yeah, any of those indestructible objects are great for you to use and hide behind. Those are to your advantage. And so the J Monsters gets eliminated, and booyah! We got Piggy Gang on top. There we go. Piggy Gang is on top again.
They are on fire today.
Jordan is the leader of that team again. I think Jordan was maybe the last game too. No, Lucy I think was the MVP of the last game there. So we've got Piggy Gang with two quick booyahs. After a low score yesterday, Piggy Gang has turned around substantially moving into today with two of the first two booyahs. Moving from the bottom, they were the last team, moving all the way up into the tops of the. I think they're going to be now probably top 3 after that performance. That looks like another good skill performance. They get 20 to 30 points. They're going to be a top 3. It'll be interesting to see as we get in the replays. What are some of your thoughts there of that match? What are some of the moments that stand out to you before we get in the replays?
Well, Piggy Gang was definitely playing to their skill there, and I said, as long as they keep to their strategy, they're going to keep advancing, and that's what they proved today. But this time, they had a different MVP, which shows me the variety within their team that each player is doing and excelling as well. So, let's see. Do we get into replay? Yes, let's go into replay.
Let's go into replay. We've got the U.S. players here with Sharon moving around. I think this might be one of the moments here as we see Sharon kind of heading up this ramp here in just a second. We saw this earlier on in the game. And these replays, we see some of the highlight moments where some of the big scores go down for these teams. And we can see that there's this nice glue wall there. And then, of course, right here, we've got Lorby watching this action with Millionario. We see Millionario, like 2 teams go down over there. That's one of those times we saw Millionario fighting 4 teams. And eventually he went down. But listen, when it's about points, you want your player there just getting point after point after point. Yeah, it wasn't as high a finish as maybe they could have gotten, but they're just picking up those kill points. And those points are just as good as placement points when you get a lot of them. And so I think that's a great job by Millionario.
You know, Millionario, he was basically the Jose Altuve of this game. But like I said, it's anyone's game. Right now, we're looking at Trey as they take cover fire here in the glue wall. And glue wall took advantage here. And look at that. Trey knocked that guy down. And he is employing a great strategy, but Trey went out there as well. And of course, Piggy Gang is your new
Piggy Gang with the double booyah. Like, that's a double booyah. So 2 in a row. I don't know if they can get I don't know if a booyah turkey is a thing. You know, in bowling, if you get 3 strikes in a row, it's a turkey. Yeah. I call it a booyah turkey. So if you get 3 in a row, it's a booyah turkey. So maybe they'll get a booyah turkey. I don't know if that's the thing. Well, I'm sure there's turkeys on Alpine.
If Piggy gets one more booyah, that's going to be a triple crown booyah. And if they get 4 wins, that is a grand slam booyah right there.
That's right. So there we go. So that's well done by Piggy Gang as they've got themselves. We're going to see, I think, the standings here in a second. We're going to see the MVP in just a little bit. And we're going to see who's on top as we look at the MVP. I'm guessing it's going to be one of those players we talked about. It is Jordan. Kill count 3. Surprisingly, a lower kill count on the MVP here. I thought we had some players that maybe had a few more kills, but maybe it was more well-balanced than we thought. But MVP of this match was Jordan with kill count 3. So good job to Jordan. Well done. And so those are a great job there by Piggy Gang. Coming in as really, I know we have dark horses as a team, but really they're the Cinderella team of today, coming out of the basement. And we'll see as the standings come up. We're in just a second. We're going to see how far they went up the standings. I don't know what their kill tally was. I didn't get to see it there at the end. There was just so much action behind those blue walls against JA Mobsters versus Piggy Gang. It'll be interesting to see. Do you think they're going to be right under Uvita, or do you think maybe they're going to be third or fourth? Where do you think they're going to end up when we see the standings?
They might be right under Uvita because Uvita did play a lot better in this round, and they were advancing their standings. So let's take a look. What does the standings look like?
I think we're going to see maybe La Bahia. I don't think we had La Bahia in that one either. So La Bahia was going to play later on maybe in the day. So right now, Uvita has climbed within striking distance of La Bahia. But La Bahia, I haven't seen La Bahia playing yet. So I think they're going to have a chance to put some score up later on in these games today of the 6 matches. Again, Group A, Group B, Group C are playing, and it's all 18 teams mixed in at different mix-ups. So they're going to all play each other in different ways. And so not every team plays every match. So we haven't seen La Bahia field into Alpine yet, but Akoa Free is moved solidly into third place. J.A. Mobsters with that good performance. Really, J.A. Mobsters, the Jamaican Mobster team, Jamaican squad has had 2 decent games. Delsol moving into 4th place, and then we see Piggy Gang has moved into 9th, but they're only 5 points from 3rd place. And if they have another booyah, they're going to really take that 3rd place as a solid and be right up there with Uvita Sport, Delsol.
So let's see. Can Biggie Gang pull up the triple crown? That is waiting to be seen. Mighty Ducks, my personal favorites, are still at 10. But you know what? They're not out of it yet. They can probably still catch up. The La Bahia is still on top. I know that they did not play the last few games, but they will still be tough to top. But Uvita has that chance. So can Uvita, can y'all do it? I believe y'all can. Y'all are on fire. Y'all did really good the last round. Keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you will catch up to La Bahia. So let's see, what do we have? I believe that we have an interview with an influencer coming up. So let's see what that looks like here. Who are we interviewing today, Dadventure? Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up Baby Duck.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up,
I'm Baby Duck, better known as Ivy. Most of you guys know me as Ivy. You can find me on YouTube, IvyFFYT, real simple, and TikTok as well, at Ivy. You know, follow my socials, guys.
Well, that's great.
Good
Baby
to see you
Duck.
again.
Yeah, it's good to see you. We got to hang out
It's good
in
to see you
Vegas.
guys,
Got to
too.
meet each other in person for the first time. It was a wonderful experience. Just doing all kinds of things like driving sports cars and going to museums and eating crazy, amazing food. And so for you, this year as an influencer has been amazing, I think, for all of us. But what has been one of the biggest moments for you in 2021 in Free Fire?
Well, I think one of the biggest moments was actually becoming an influencer. That was just a fun, great moment. And definitely Free Fire's 4th anniversary. For me, that was like, so many firsts happened for me. Like, I've never been on a plane, so I got to do that. Just being in Vegas without you guys, that was like super fun. All that great stuff. That's probably my highlight moment, was Vegas and Free Fire's 4th anniversary. For sure.
And you know, Baby Doug, just hanging around with you around that trip, you know, I got to witness how cool of a person you are. And, you know, like, I remember that we gelled really well on that trip, and I was like, dang, this is probably one of these people that I can call friends for life. Hey, guys, you can make friends on Free Fire, by the way, and Baby Duck is one of the examples of how I did it.
It's true.
Oh. You're awesome. Thank you for that.
Tell us, as you've been playing Alpine, and we're having this tournament, Alpine Discovery, what is the kind of your favorite thing about this new map? What do you love about the new map?
I would have to say I'm a sucker for scenery. That map is so beautiful to me. Like, just the mountains, the snow, like all the new places. I love the way it looks. Visually pleasing for sure. 100%.
You know, I'm a sucker for snow, so I'm gonna agree with that. I'm like, oh dang, they're dropping this new map. It's all wintry. It's all Alpine. Dang, dude, I want to go skiing over here. I wonder if they have skiing on this map. They should totally do that, by the way.
Agreed.
That's great. I know I was playing it today, and I was looking at the mountains in the background. I was like, I want to go to that place. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful map. What do you think is the map's best unique trait?
I would say for all the campers out there, that map has so many like places you can be sneaky, get on buildings. Like, it's a great map for camping for sure. There's so many just places you can hide or sneak around. You could take the launch pads and like shoot up onto the high places. So definitely it's great for campers, 100%.
Would you also say this is like a good spot to where you can practice your sniping game as well?
Oh yeah, I'm terrible with sniper, but I'm sure that the people who do use those guns love that.
Yeah. Well, I like how you brought that up. Yeah, I like how you brought that up. Where like it's a place where you can like hone the skill of like camping. I don't know, like people tend to look down on camping, but it's a legit skill because this is a survival game. So I'm glad that you brought that up.
I'm a sneaky player. I like to sneak around and but I know a lot of people like to rush, but it's a great map for camping for sure.
That's good. What is your favorite landing zone right now in Alpine? And why?
I would definitely say probably, is it called Snowfall? I believe the big snowy area. Just because I like to like jump in a game and start killing right away. I know a lot of people like to do that, and it's definitely a hot zone. It's definitely a red zone. Like, you go there, you're going to get some action for sure.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's why she is fierce. You better watch out for Baby Duck.
Yeah, that's why you got that high win rate percentage. You get 85%. You just go for it. That's exciting. Yeah. Is there any specific strategy that you want to leave with the survivors who are playing this new map Alpine that you think would be a benefit to them as they strategize how to approach this map?
I would say just play it cool, because I mean, it's a big map. There's lots of area. So, just play it cool. My squad is going to come in and probably try to kill everything. So use those hiding places for your advantage.
So basically your strategy is hide from me. You're definitely hiding from me.
Yeah, hide from me and my team, please.
All right, Baby Duck, I'm never going to play you because I don't want to have my ranking go down. But, thank you for joining us. It's been fun interviewing you. It's been fun seeing you again. And, I wish many blessings to you and the upcoming new year.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Baby Duck.
It's our pleasure. Take care, Baby Duck.
Yeah. You too.
All right, we're back. That was a great interview from one of the Mighty Ducks, Baby Duck. And I think what we see after 2 games is that interview is so true, Delsol. She likes to land in a hot drop, and she likes to get her gear, and she likes to rush. They have shown that over the 6 games yesterday, the 2 games today. They're going to come in, and they're going to show up really quickly in Railroad. They continue to get from their drop in Snowfall to Railroad over and over again. It's only worked out for them about half the time. But that's true to what she said there. She loves that rush gameplay. And so if you're a player who likes to rush gameplay, maybe watch what the Mighty Ducks are doing and learn some of what they're doing well and do that in your own gameplay. Land quick, get your gear, and then move from your location to the next location after you've cleared your zone, because rush gameplay, you got to be on the move constantly for the mechanics of the rush gameplay to work, to be able to utilize buildings and cover to your advantage while you flank teams, get those third-party kills. And so I think Mighty Ducks have been a great one there. Delsol, I think she's attesting that in her own, and we've seen that in the gameplay.
And Dadventurer, like she mentioned earlier, one of her favorite places to drop is Snowfall. I personally have never dropped into Snowfall, but I want to start checking it out right now, because from what I've seen, especially here on these past 2 streams, is that it's a really good place to get really good loot, really good equipment. But if you head straight to the store, you got to be aware. You got to be aware that everyone will want a piece of that loot, and if you're trying to get something there, you might get shot. So be aware when you drop there.
Right. And as we drop here, so some of the questions I know that fans are having is, where's my team? There's a lot of teams still at the bottom of the list. Don't worry, teams like YouTube Gods, La Bahia, we haven't seen them yet. But as we get into the last 4 games today, we're going to see, here's Dead Inside dropping. That's a player we haven't seen. Mark FMYT is on a team we haven't seen yet. PFS is here. So these teams that you're saying, I don't know where my team is, they're here now. As they're going to rotate in these last few games, we're going to see some new teams coming. Every team's going to get a fair shot at the title of Alpine Discovery Champion. So don't worry. So you make sure you sit tight. If you haven't seen your favorites play, they're going to be playing in this game or one of the ones soon. And they're all going to have an equal shot at taking the title of Alpine Discovery Champion here on this brand new map. And Dead Inside at the final game yesterday, Del Sol, was a highlight of the day as we watch him here at Snowfall, which is that place we've been talking about. It's a good place to get equipment, but you got to be aware everybody wants to loot in Snowfall, so you got to watch that in your gameplay. But what did you think about Dead Inside just staying alive yesterday for his team? Well, I think we may have lost Del Sol for a second. So Dead Inside yesterday, if you weren't here, I'll recap for you. Game 6, Dead Inside lost his entire squad for a good bit of the game. But he stayed alive to play second for his team and end up picking up 1 or 2 kills at the end to give them some positional points. He got that 9-point second place finish. I think two kills to give them 11 points. And he really pulled that out of 0. And so that's a great opportunity there.
And I agree, Dadventure. Dead Inside was doing really, really great. So right now we're looking over the map and we are seeing teams 10, team 7, teams 2. And team 2, I believe they are going to push as well. And you got here, Picky Gang right here. Picky Gang was doing great in the last game. And let's see if they do great in this game. And that is remaining to be seen. Can they get the Triple Crown, Dadventure? That is waiting to be seen.
We'll have to see. I mean, if you are watching the scores and some of these, there's a delay on the stream, so none of these teams can watch it live. But if you haven't played yet, you're probably trying to watch the stream and see that Piggy Gang is just gaining points by being super aggressive. I don't know that you could do much about their aggression other than be aggressive on yourself. I think some of these teams who have been in the wings, kind of on deck, waiting to get into today's gameplay, are going to have to be aggressive, realizing that worked out for Piggy Games in game 1 and 2. And so I'm hoping some of these teams like YouTube Gods, which has got some great players on that team, may have to be aggressive to move out of 17th place. And some of these other teams, they've got to recognize they're going to lose their position if they can't stay alive, as we see Tokyo in here getting the first kill and becoming our early kill leader here with that first blood.
And Dadventure, you mentioned that new teams are joining this game right here. Do you think that there's going to be a definite change in the standings at the end of this game?
It'll be interesting. I don't think we're going to have the overall first. I don't think anyone's within striking distance of taking first place right now in one game. You're really going to have 2 or 3 stellar games. I think we show Piggy Gang may have a chance to get in within striking distance if they can get another booyah and a lot of eliminations. I think right now teams are going to have to play for future position. We still have 4 games left, so it is anybody's game. We saw Uvita went down early on in that first game with no points. So if teams can do that to La Bahia later in the tournament, and I do think we're going to see La Bahia in some of the last games, if you can see that happen to them and teams wipe them early, now you have a chance to knock them out of that first position. I think that's going to have to be the strategy.
And earlier we saw Millonario, who I say is the Jose Altuve of Team CDM. Will he be doing good this round? I think he'll be doing great as long as he sticks to his strategy and picks his shots. He'll be doing great. And earlier we spoke about the glue walls and we spoke about the rocks, how the rocks can be a permanent cover fire. And people and these teams are definitely utilizing that, as I've seen so far. And right now we have Team TE advancing into the building, and they're going to take out Team 5. And let's see this exchange right here.
Now this is Tokyo N. This is Zombie Ate My Bras team. She is the captain of this team. She's an influencer out of the U.S. and she is just a great influencer. Has built a great competitive team here in Tokyo N. They represented in the Free Fire Pro Series in that final day of the finals. They did not win the big money, but they were there. And so she's watching them and coaching them through this. And so I think we're going to see some good gameplay out of the rest of the matches from Tokyo N. But they're going up against this squad with Millonario and Pingu, who have shown that they have lasting power in each and every game, even though they haven't taken it. And unfortunately, Tokyo N goes out to them as Millonario and his team just they held that position down in that house and was able to take out Tokyo N.
And right now we have Team FPS, who's doing really good. They're picking their shots. Can they advance forward? That remains to be seen, but I believe they'll do great as long as they keep sticking to this strategy.
Yeah, this is FPS. We didn't see a ton out of FPS yesterday. I think that they had some rough games. They had some really poor starts, but they've already started strong here with four kills. They've got those points. If they can get this squad out, Pingu and Milionario, that would be a great take on this match. Oh, let's see what they can do here. Can they get Milionario out, put the team out, and really take out one of the league competitors we've had? But Milionario has slipped out. Can they find him? It looks like D4KZ has lost Milionario, and Milionario is heading to bring his team back. Wow, did he slip out of there? He's going to grab the prototype, and now he's gone.
Dadventure, this is what I've noticed about
20 health.
This is what I noticed about Milionario, Dadventure. He's really good at getting into close combat. When it comes to the retreat, he's really good at retreating as well, and that is an advantage of having Milionario because he will always try to go and revive his entire team.
We've got one of our North American influencers here on the screen. You can see him intently playing right now as he's in the game with PFS, and so representing his team in the match. There's the Mighty Ducks. We saw Baby Duck in the interview. They're moving up. Look at the beautiful scenery. I just love the look of this map. Look how beautiful this map looks as we see the drone view. And we see Mark FMYT, who was one of our MVPs of the match yesterday, one of our matches, and up here by the Statue Rock. Again, just look at this view here. Look at this. This is beautiful.
Is that a fox?
This is why I love Shadow Forest Red location. Look how beautiful this forest is. They're looking down on Fink's team. I think it is a fox area. So you got the Mighty Ducks looking down on the U.S. squad, I believe, and these two teams have went out at almost every game. And
the Mighty Ducks is using a really good strategy right here. Not only do they have the high ground, but they're hiding behind the fox, Dadventure. I don't think they can penetrate that fox. And look at Rojito taking it out on Vest. Rojito knocks down Vest from the high ground. Again, advantage high ground.
Yeah, advantage high ground. You've got to have the high ground. There's so many locations in Alpine. And I love the title of the map, Alpine, because there's so much elevation in this map. It reminds me of some of the great places in the map. Purgatory, that people love, except that they were able to take those open spaces and really just flesh them out and make them more beautiful. And if you look at this map, I mean, I just think they just went so far and above some of the other maps in the level of texture, the resolution, and it's like eye candy when you're playing Alpine.
And just something to bring up Dadventure. Earlier on with the other maps, we talked about how instead of like having a central location where most people drop in, kind of like how in Bermuda people drop into the peak or the town, over here everything is so spread out that there is no central location. It's all located around the outer edges and some in the middle as well. So there's no telling like where is going to be a hot zone. There is more hot zones in Alpine than there are.
Yeah, I think each of the villages, the little tiny villages, like as we look here, and this anywhere you've got a bunch of houses, you're gonna find good loot. And so there's great loot locations in Alpine, but they're spread out. And what I love about it is you don't have that peak. And so I love like Kalahari, and I love Bermuda, and I love how you got that central elevated point. I love Brasilia and Purgatory. I love how a lot of the games come down close to that central location. But the great thing about Alpine is they went away from that central location, spread things out, and just feels like there's more variety, especially in the end game, as we've seen a lot of the end game be in open field locations where you're utilizing Alpine rocks and locations, the elevation, and it feels like there's more strategy in the end game than just holding down a building, which you see a lot of times in some of those peak locations. And so as we look here, we see some shotgun action here. And anytime you have these buildings like this, you've got the ability to use your SMGs. You got the ability to use your shotguns. We can see that the Ozark squad here, Bebecito gets a triple kill. They're still engaging Team 7. Versus Team 2 here. They've got to heal up. Of course, shotgun. Now we've got Lucia moving back with an M4A1. Very wise decision to kind of back out, use ranged weapons, use an AR from the hillside. That's giving them some help. Now we got Smith here with the quadra kill. We got Sweat doing some damage. He's moving out of Storm, using his inhaler to get some of that health back. And then we got Smoke, one of our Jamaican influencers up on the hill. And we got Jordan just kind of holding down. Jordan doesn't have any med kits. We see here he's got no more med kits. He's got no more glue walls. At this point, Jordan's just got to wait for somebody to push him and hope that he can catch him, but he does not. And so Piggy Games Jordan goes down. Now it's going to be up to Sweat to try to figure out how to get his team back here. Can he get away and get his team back? And are they going to chase? I don't see any chase coming. That's probably a bad move. But here, our hero from Game 6, dead inside. No kills right now, but he's in here with Smoke and Keanu. Keanu is Kage, one of our great streamers. Smoke's a great streamer here for us, an influencer here in North America. And so the Phallus team, we haven't seen them today. This is the first game we've seen them today on the field, but doing well representing North America influencers in this tournament. And they're getting some drops here on the as Ozark brings some back. Smoke's going to push here. Smoke, you may know him from his large TikTok channel and some of his great gameplay. They get, looks like they get Ozark down here. Smoke's going to go for the finish. And can they get this other finish on Venus? No, Smoke gets hit from behind. I don't think he saw the other teammate right there as we get a quadra kill on Smoke. That's where the ambush comes in. Utilizing buildings, utilizing covers for ambush. It's one of the great things about being in these locations on Alpine, where you can ambush somebody if you can wait patiently. And right there, we saw one of our influencers get ambushed when he was engaged. And I have the same thing happen. I call it thirsting. When you go for that thirst kill, when you know you're going to finish the guy, and next thing you know, someone comes and third parties you that you weren't expecting. They ambush you, and so we'll go from there. But Delsol, what do you think about all that quick exchange there? That was that ambush kill on Smoke was a hard one to take.
It was a hard one to take, that venture, but it was necessary in order for the other team to advance. And right now, we are seeing a team advance right now onto Team 1. Team 9 is on fire, and we got J-Mob advancing in. And let's see, we're about to have an exchange here at this gas station looking thing over here. So let's see. I hope that they don't shoot at the gas.
This is a co-free. YouTube gods went down. We talked about them beforehand. We saw them in this match. I think they're going to go out maybe 6th, 7th place here. We got K&D Shavar going down with the Jamaican Mobster Squad. We got Trey pushing in on a Koa free with Arlyles. Arlyles has done well in almost every match. It's been very consistent for his squad. Trey is a definitely, we've watched Trey play here. He is a rush player as Jamaican Mobsters go out. We saw him rush into battle against 3 guys there. It has worked out for him fairly well sometimes, but this one unfortunately goes down as a Koa free, picks up 4 kills and gets the elimination here. And one of the things, as we were going into that combat, Delsol, one of the things I as we talk about Alpine, right, and show people look at the graphics in this map. Like as they were running into that engagement, there were beautiful walls with stone walls with individual stones and moss in the stones. Those are the kind of details that I think some people miss out. If you look at the grass and the textures here, there's just more depth of grass and view as we look at the map. And so as I watch this, it kind of feels like, I'm just watching like an upgrade of Free Fire, which it feels like they've really just went to the next level on Alpine to show us not only what is now, but I can't wait to see what they're going to do at maps in the future.
So Dadventure, if that was Free Fire Max that just came out, Alpine I will dub as Free Fire Max Plus, especially with all this detail that you see here on these graphics.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see what they can do as we see Baby Duck gets back up. Dead Inside was able to get a nice sniper shot on Baby Duck. We talked about how great of a map Alpine is for snipers. We see Mark FNYT here with the M82B. He's been using that. We see Baby Duck using the Scar at long range here. Unfortunately, the Scar is at max range here. It's not going to hit as hard. That's where Mark FNYT using the M82B can go through glue walls, especially here. We don't have, you see Sauron here down at the bottom. They've got that green little marker. That's a Moko ability. When they tag an opponent with damage, you'll be able to mark that opponent for your enemies. And that is a benefit to your team, especially when you've got Mark FNYT with a sniper there. He can see where someone's hiding behind a glue wall and then pierce that glue wall with a shot. And that can be a great benefit to get an elimination or to finish a down player. And we see that team is utilizing some strategy here. So good job by this team as they come in with the Ozark team.
Dadventure, if you look at the Ozark team right now, they have 19 kills, Dadventure. That is a lot of points that they're about to put on the ranking board. 19
And they
kills.
really needed those points, right? They were down at the bottom of the board. They haven't played a lot today. I think they're going to be playing a majority of the games coming forward. We know we've seen that Bebecito has been a good player for them, consistent. And so the Ozark team needed to go and push kills. They're up to 21 kills. And right now, currently, there's only 2 teams left, 6 players. They just keep bringing the action here as they're just peppering that glue wall. Mark FMYT and Sauron are down there just trying to stay alive. But look at the height advantage from Venus and Bebecito. They're not coming off of this elevated position, and I wouldn't. If I'm coaching this team, I'm like, stay up there. Don't come down, because Mighty Ducks well, we got boom!
It is all over!
Booyah. Nice job, Bebecito.
Bebecito.
R15. How many kills did this team end up? That's at 23
They
kills.
had
20
over the age
kills
limit,
in a
Dadventure.
booyah?
They went over the age limit.
That's
with
a
that
lot of points.
21 kills.
35 points. 35 points on the match. That is a great individual job. That is going to move Ozark up as they get the booyah here on Alpine Discovery.
See where they are in the
Game
standings, Dadventure.
I'm going to say it's a little surprising.
Impressive.
Not that Ozark's not a great team. They just haven't shown that they are able to deliver that kind of performance over on the first day. But I think that now you got to watch out for Ozark the rest of the match.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, Dadventure, this is any team's ballpark, and Ozark heard it, and they said, you know what? It's time to move up, and let's get all these kills. And they had 20, 22, 23 kills? That was impressive.
I'm thinking 23
I saw that.
kills
I was
there,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
I'm thinking
23.
Yep, that's going to be
Michael
a lot of
Jordan
points.
number, and they performed like Michael Jordan today.
It's going to be that Booyah's going to bring them some piggy gang style points. They're going to move up from lower in the standings as we're going to check out some replays here. They're going to move up lower. We'll see the standings updated in a little bit as they get that done for us. We're going to see some of this combat here as we watch this team, the Booyah team here, Ozarks engaging here on this other squad, and you can see that they lost a player in this battle, but it managed to bring that player back later, and just you can see here M1014. We've got M1014s. We've got the smaller shotguns in the game. So this just a wonderful way to use the shotgun gameplay in close quarters combat. That's a strategy that you need to use around the buildings. Use shotguns, use SMGs. Don't try to use snipers and woodpeckers in that situation. Get those high power guns, get the elimination, and get yourself out and get your team back. We see it in that replay. I think we're going to see some more replays here as we look at some of the other moments that were really profound here in match 3. Koa Free and Shavar. Shavar's coming out here, and we can see Shavar just moving around, dropping glue walls. That's one thing you're going to see a lot of players, especially Jamaican Mobster squad, is great at utilizing glue walls to their advantage. But Koa Free just comes in here and pushes hard. We've got some great individual things that happen here. We've got Trey pushing, and Koa Free goes down. We've got Arlisle, Trey, but unfortunately, there's just the grenade action. The freeze grenades does enough damage to eliminate those players, and of course, Koa Free moves on from that engagement.
And using that freeze grenade is pretty crucial because it does slow down the other team. It helps create a vantage point for you in order to take down, especially within close quarters, and you are standing outside that freeze section. It's a chance for you. Not only can you gun people down, but it is advised that you use your shotgun or your UMPs to help bring that other team down. Also, you mentioned earlier something about shotguns.
Yeah,
you mentioned something about
because
shotguns within buildings, Dadventure, and every time I see someone about to approach a building and they have a shotgun and I don't have anything, all I have is long range, I get scared, Dadventure, because I know this guy's about to take me out, and having a shotgun and going and rushing a building is advantageous, and you definitely want to do that during this gameplay, especially within Alpine Discovery, which has so much buildings that you can utilize, and you want to use that shotgun.
And those freeze grenades do continuous damage. They don't do a lot, but it gives you a way to position a player when you see those damage markers coming up, and that's a great way to see where a player is behind cover, see the markers going up where they're taking damage, and be able to kind of hone in on how you should approach or flank that player who's taking damage. We can see the end of the game here. Bebecito utilizing that height advantage. This is one of the great things. We see a final circle there, not in a group of buildings. We haven't seen. I think we've only maybe seen one final circle that's had a building. Maybe 2, but the one building was off the side. There's only been one with the central building. They've all been out in the hillside where you're utilizing height and advantage. So I know a lot of players skip the scan markers in the ground where they can go and you can see where the circles are. I encourage players to not skip those in Alpine. It is really important to know where the high ground is in the final circle. We're seeing that every game, that generally speaking, the team that has the higher advantage is going to finish second or first almost every game. There's sometimes they get out of position, they don't have enough players in that high ground, but they're ending up second. We saw Dead Inside utilize that as a solo player, get second place in Game 6 yesterday. Utilizing cover and elevated positions is important in Alpine. It is an Alpine map with high grounds and low grounds, and you've got to use the map, you've got to use the cover, and that's the way that you can approach this in your own gameplay as a survivor. We're going to go to the MVP. Who do you think the MVP is of this match, Delsol?
Ladies and gentlemen, your MVP is Smith with 7 kills.
Smith here with 7 kills. So that's a new name. We haven't seen Smith there doing well. I'm guessing Smith's from the Ozark squad, who showed us just a lot of kills there. They delivered a ton of points in that match. It's going to bode well for them. I think they're going to pick up 35 points, probably going to move into the middle of the pack, maybe 6th, maybe 7th overall, depending on how many points the other teams picked up. So I think well done by the Ozark squad there. I think Piggy Gang still hung into the top 5, so we're going to see them maybe move up a few positions, but we'll see how far Ozark moves up. And we're seeing the change of gameplay strategy, which we talked about before we started today, that teams are going to have to rush and push. And we're seeing teams that are rushing and pushing gain a lot of kills, and they're placing higher. Piggy Gang's done it twice. Ozark pushed that whole game. They delivered a lot of elimination kills, and it worked out well for them. Now, we haven't seen much of La Bahia. So I'm guessing Game 4 is we're going to see La Bahia enter in the field here soon, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. La Bahia, I guess, was in that game. We didn't get to see them. They did pick up some points, so they must have went out early. They got some elimination kills. It looks like they got 2 points in that game. So somebody was going to hunting for La Bahia. But we look at Piggy Gang moves up into 5th. 1 place out of 4th, 1 point out of 4th place. And Ozark, look at Ozark climbing all the way up. They were down in the bottom 3, and now they're in the middle of the pack. They're 11 and only
that 23 kills. Dadventure really helped them. Also, Mighty Ducks has moved up all the way to 6th place. So let's see, can Mighty Ducks advance? Can Ozark advance? I am excited to see. Lions and ANX went down a little, but that's understandable as we have a new rotation with new teams that we haven't seen from yesterday coming onto the board. And like I said, the standings are going to be a lot different today, especially with day 2 and new teams coming on and new players coming on.
Yeah, I think right now as we look at the standings, right, I think if you're in the top 12, maybe top 13, you still have a chance. If you're in the top 13, there's 3 games left. You've got to put up some big scores. You're going to have to drop 20 to 30 points every game at this point if you're in the lower half of that list. Really, if you're in the lower half of the top 12. The teams up at the top, they have to have a strong game, at least one big 28 to 35 point game to get themselves in a better position to try to take down La Bahia. But if La Bahia has bad games like they just had, it's anybody's game. Ovita Sport now has climbed into contention. Ocoa Free has put themselves in striking distance. And so it'll be interesting to see if La Bahia can get it together in these last 3 games and put another big score. They still are Booyah leader, Del Sol. They got the 3 Booyahs, but we got some other teams that are really pushing in day 2.
And I think La Bahia can stay in the lead here. All they have to do is just change their strategy and not get eliminated early. They just got to pull a few kills, and if they can get a booyah, get a booyah. But if I were La Bahia, I would focus on getting kills, and that'll keep me at the top. Now, Uvita has a chance of catching up right here. They're only just a few points behind. But if Uvita keeps advancing, keeps pushing, keeps getting booyahs, or keeps getting kills, they will become the new leader.
Yeah, I think that Avita's got to, you're almost, if you're Avita, you're like, let's go find La Bahia and take them out early on, right? Because that's the competition's between the 2 of them at this point. No one else is close enough to really make a divot unless this 3rd game, one of those teams that's been pushing hard, Piggy Gang, Ozark, Mighty Ducks, one of those teams, Ocoa Free, decides to put a big score on the board right now and make it a 3-team race. that's where I think where we're at moving into this next game. It's time for that 3-team race as we go into game 4. Someone here is going to decide, I want to be in the top 3, and I want to use those last 2 games to create a championship here in Alpine Discovery. I don't think Delsol, if we have a team, I don't think if someone puts up a big score here, I don't think many teams are going to have a really good opportunity to take out La Bahia and Uvita unless those teams just fall apart in the final 3 games.
And I agree with you right there. You mentioned earlier that the teams that are currently in the top 12, they stand a chance. But topping La Bahia or Uvita right now is going to be really tough. But a team that can probably do it, and I've seen improvement here, is Piggy Gang, and of course my favorite, the Mighty Ducks. I still have hope for you guys. Let's see how y'all do in the next 2 rounds.
I love that you picked the team just because of their name. I love it. So it's the Mighty Ducks. I love it. All right. So
Ducks fly forever, Dadventure. Ducks fly forever.
Ducks fly forever. Yeah, we'll see as we get into game 4 who's going to be on the field. I'm guessing we're going to see La Bahia again. We're probably going to see Uvita again in one of these next 2 games. And so we're going to see some of those leaders of Koa Free. We've seen, I think, in almost every game now, they may be taking a break as the groups are rotating. Group A, B, and C, they're rotating. So some of the teams take a game or 2 off, and then they come back. And so we're going to see a little bit different makeup. We'll probably see Phallus and YouTube Gods, some of those other teams that definitely JA Mobsters have done pretty well on staying in the middle of the pack. We can see some of those teams, they all have the skill and ability to shoot right to the top at any given time. And so if one of those other teams puts up a big score, we could be talking about a 4-team race in the final couple games, but they've got to do it right now, because right now it really seems like there's 2 teams at the top with a 3rd team within striking distance, and then it's everybody else's game, unless we find a team like Piggy Gang, Ozark, Tokyo, and somebody who decides they want to be in this final race for the prize.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is crunch time. It is time. You know how the storm closes in the map? The storm is closing in on this tournament as we speak. So, I'm excited to see what's about to happen.
Hey, we're going to have a new code for you guys at the end. So one of the great things about Alpine Discovery, at the beginning of the stream, we gave you that frozen code from yesterday again. So there's a free Alpine code that you can put in if you go to reward.ff.garena.com/EN. You register, whether Facebook, whether Gmail, however you register Free Fire. You put the code in all caps. We gave you that code early at the beginning of the stream. We're going to give you another one at the end of the stream. So we're halfway through. So we get to the end, you're going to get more free stuff. Hopefully you'll fall in love with Alpine as you get some free stuff for you being here to celebrate the Alpine map with us and watch some of these teams do what they do here in the Alpine map. As we can see, Joan YouTuber, the PFS squad, the PSG squad. We've got Dead Inside teams back, K&D squad. We got, looks like Piggy Game dropping. We got JA Mobsters, the US squad. And so we got some of these squads coming into the game. We got our Lyle squad there. So we are into the fray here fairly quickly. We got Millionario land at Sunside.
Got Blue Zone over at Vantage. So Vantage could be a hot spot. Team 9 is going to Vantage. Right now we're looking at Team FPS.
No,
we are currently here at the Militia, which is a special place for camping and also surprise looting as well. So it is ideal use for shotguns. So if you're a shotgun type person, you might want to be at Militia.
I'm going to challenge that just a little bit. I think it's ideal for SMGs and shotguns. There's some locations like this room is a good shotgun room. The room that player was just in is, I think, a better SMG room because there's just enough distance there where the shotguns are limited in their effectiveness in that big room, but you're not going to pull out a sniper. You're not going to pull out an AR and be as effective. So I think it's a shotgun and SMG map. Location when you're landing there, you really want to make sure in some of those rooms you're going to want that SMG. So if you're landing there, you're going to want SMG and shotgun until you've cleared the location, and then you can get the weapons you want to move on out. I think that's important. But you can see here Team 5 moving very quickly on the US squad.
They're getting ready now. Dadventure, in regard to SMGs, we want to know, what is your SMG of choice?
Oh, it just depends on what gets buffed and nerfed. I mean, right now the UMP has been for a while. I got my Gator UMP. It was the P90 for a long time. I love my P90, but the Gator UMP has been brutal. The Tommy gun for a while. So I would say right now I would default to the UMP. I'm kind of hoping that in the future I love the SMGs, my favorite class for sure. I always love when they put a new one in the game. The MAC-10 I'm falling in love with, to be truthfully honest. It hits hard. It's got a lot of shots. So I'm waiting for some cool Mac 10 skins.
All right. Earlier we were looking at the Piggy Gang. Piggy Gang is climbing up in the rankings as we speak. Can they keep playing forward? If they keep playing forward, they're going to get even higher. Possibly in the top 4 is where I'm expecting Piggy Gang to land at the end of this tournament. And we are fresh off Team Ozark. And Team Ozark had so much kills last round. I believe it was 23, and they're going to continue doing it as well.
We got Tokyo in over here. They're engaged right now with this other squad. I'm not exactly sure who the other squad is, but we got Tokyo in here. That's Ozark. Okay, that's Ozark. Ozark's in it with Tokyo in. That was a quick push. Tokyo in
has been eliminated
by Ozark, and you can see what we're talking about. Docks is got a great place for elevation. It's got great place for you to get up on crates and on slopes to really change the sight lines. Those players were trying to do that there. Tokyo in was trying to get away. The problem is Ozark had players on those slopes, on those ramps, putting pressure on them and shooting in on them, and you can't escape when they've already given up that height positional advantage. And that's what we saw there.
Right now, we are currently here at the docks.
YouTube gods. We've got
something about Docks, Dadventure.
One of our influencers. This is Larry the Gamer here, one of our influencers here from in the North American influencers here in his squad with Jordan, Vest, and Smiley here. I know fan favorites from some of the people in the chat been talking about that team and seeing more of them. And so, Bebecito has taken off Ozark. They got one player keeping everybody in. And this is a strategy we talked about yesterday, Delsol. Why don't you explain to people what is happening here? When one player leaves and one player stays, why is that player staying in there with this YouTube Gods team?
So if one player leaves Dadventure, like Bebecito was leaving, he is currently trying to revive the other team, while the other one is focusing on gunning people down as much as he can if he can get points up on the board. Because like I said, every kill matters, but also having your team matters, especially at the end. So what Bebecito is doing is he's going to go out and he's going to revive. Earlier we were at the docks, and you saw that he was taking cover right there. That's because the dock has various ramps and slopes, and it's useful to take cover and deny vision from your opponents, and that is a great spot to pick and choose who you're going to take out, and that is exactly the strategy that they were employing as Bebecito is going. Right now, we're looking at Team Piggy, who I mentioned earlier was climbing in the rankings, and right now they are focusing on owning their skill. They're focusing on keeping strategy. However, Rojito goes down, and Rojito is eliminated. Bye-bye, Rojito.
We've got Jordan here pushing in on him and taking him down. This needs to be, for this squad, Piggy Gang needs to come out of this with some kills. If they get eliminated here, it's going to be really put them in a disadvantage moving in the last 2 games to try to make a move. And so we see Bebecito, that we saw that strategy where Bebecito left and his teammate Venus at the docks. What he was doing there is leaving Venus to continue to do damage to their team, to keep them at bay so Bebecito can escape and bring his team back. Now, Venus did a great job hiding on the side of that boat. Probably was able to keep himself alive. Bebecito is reviving his team. Now they're at full capacity moving forward. And we're seeing the same strategy here for Sweat as the Piggy Gang really struggled there. But of course, Sweat gets out here, is going to go look for some coins. We talked about this a lot yesterday. When you lose your players, you've got to go find coins. You got to find a vending machine. And then here we go. He's going to bring his team back.
All right. Now, coins are very, very crucial in this game, especially if you're at a buy station. It is something you want to have a great stock of so you can bring back team players. Because sometimes if you go to those revival points to Adventure, those revival points are hotspots for you to get a gun down. And you don't want to get gunned down, especially in a wide open map like Alpine where people can snipe you from any corner.
I've actually been quite surprised, Delsol, that we haven't seen these players escaping to the vending machines and getting killed at the vending machines. I don't think we've seen it yet, at least on when we've been watching on stream. They've been able to basically get to those unmolested from the other teams and really just basically get their team back without any real effort. I think it's because, as we're here in Forest Red, I think it's because the teams are so intent on getting eliminations and kills.
This is your favorite place,
really
right, Adventure?
Worried about that. And so look at the grass here. I mean, look how beautiful Forest Red is.
Oh, man.
You got this beautiful grass, which is the best grass in the game. It makes me happy. I want to live here. That's why I said this is my favorite location. It's very wide open, which does not necessarily fit my gameplay style. I'm much more of a rush player, but it is a beautiful location. And if you're downhill here and you get caught, like this Team 5 up here, this is a hard push to make if the Mighty Ducks get caught. And I don't think Team 5 knows they're there, because if they did, they would just be probably getting a lot of sniper fire coming down that hill.
Adventure, would you retire at a place like Forest Red? Would you live in a cabin up in a place that looks like Forest Red?
Oh, tomorrow if I could. So,
all right,
yeah,
we're looking here at
so now we've got Mighty Ducks have made it up. There we go.
They're approaching Team 5, but Millenario's just staying in that cabin. He knows what's about to happen. You don't want to mess with the Jose Altuve of that team. Mighty Ducks are going at it right now. Ooh, Mighty Ducks is bringing people down. Mighty Ducks have had it. See? There we go. There we go.
Okay, so what we saw in the last match is the same situation happened. Well, Millenario's team held the exact same house down in the match. They held that same house down. We had the windows the same. It was a different location, but the same style of house. This time, the Mighty Ducks came up in full force all together and wiped that squad who had held it down previously against another team. So we can see, although that strategy may work, it doesn't always work if your team works together. And the Mighty Ducks just pushed so hard and so fast and so united that it was hard to pick them off one at a time, like the Millenario's team did in the previous match.
I believe Mighty Ducks were in 6th place last time. I believe they're going to be maybe in the top 5 to Adventure if they keep pushing forward. So let's see how far they can get. Right now, we're looking over at Team 10. Team 8 and Team 10, they're going at it right now as Jordan recovers behind a glue wall. And the Fowls, Team 9, has been eliminated.
Team Fowls is down. Dead Inside goes down. That team is eliminated. Right now, YouTube Gods is having their best game. They need to be careful not to get third-partied here in this game, because a third party here would be a brutal thing to experience when they've got 5 kills and really putting together right now the best game that they've had, I think, so far in the tournament with 5 kills and already in the top 7.
Here we go. We're looking here at a replay. Let's see. We got Sarin. And like I mentioned earlier, Team 6, the Mighty Ducks were moving in on Team 5, and they wiped them out.
Push into the house. Now watch them get together here. Baby Duck's leading in. Now Baby Duck is a rush player. They're putting the pressure on, but that beautiful grenade, Mr. Up Top hit that grenade upstairs, did splash damage, I think, to at least 3 or 4 of the players, and then the squad was able to come up. When you're approaching a house, if you've got grenades and you can get them up the stairs or through a window and you can catch an entire team in that splash damage, you can see how fast you can take the team down when they have weakened shield, with weakened armor, and they've got weakened HP. And that Baby Duck and that squad of the Mighty Ducks just showed you a perfect approach on trying to take a team out of an upper floor of a house.
And here's really interesting. Team 6, Mighty Ducks, are rushing in against Team 11. And let's see what happens with this exchange right here. No, it looks like Team 11 is trying to get closer to the Mighty Ducks. They said, you know what? We have all 4 guys. Let's see. Mighty Ducks are holding down the house right now. Is Team 11 going to rush in? And are they going to explore that same exact strategy that Mighty Ducks used to gain that house? Are they going to gain hold of the house, Dadventure? Let's see.
Look how advantageous this vending machine drop is for the U.S. squad. I mean, Fig's team. I mean, can you ask for a better fortuitous moment?
Adventure, a vending machine in the middle of the neighborhood. You better call your HOA.
In front of you as you're trying to approach a team that you're trailing uphill. You have a chance to use your coins to get a bye, maybe to bring a team back. You couldn't ask for a better luck in a game than right there for that squad.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at Baby Duck. She is the one we interviewed earlier. She's an awesome person, and she is a fierce and rush player. So, but she's down. But she'll be revived. She's right behind a glue wall, so she'll be fine. Now, take a look here.
One of the things about Baby Duck, we've said this a lot. Push rusher. And when you're a rusher, you're going to go down. That's where you got to have those support characters with glue walls and med kits to help get you up. They got to drop a med kit for you. They got to cover you in a glue wall, and that's what you saw this team doing. They have done that time and time again. As Baby Duck has taken the hard push tactic. She's the first one across the road. She's the first one up the stairs. That is just how she plays. She's a great influencer here in the U.S. She actually reigns from my neck of the woods. It's very cold where she lives, just like it's very cold where I live right now. It kind of probably feels like the Alpine map where we all live. And so that's just her gameplay. But if you're a rush player, Delsol, that's a rush player gameplay. You're going to go down a lot. Your team's going to have to bring you back, but you're probably going to be the person that really takes your team into combat and is probably a high damage leader on your team.
And Dadventure, one thing I've seen from the Mighty Ducks is they do really well, especially when the storm starts closing in. They're always going to be like guaranteed in the top 4 if that storm closes in. And let's see, Dadventure, this might be the time for the Mighty Ducks to come out on top. And I am interested to see how that folds out. They have a full team.
Well, you got Fig here. Fig's team just went down. He's the lone player left. He's going to have to get out of the circle, and out of the storm into the circle. He's going to have to heal up, maybe bring his team back. I don't know. That vending machine's behind him. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to take off and go back in the storm. The problem is the storm's hitting really hard right now. That's a long run back to try to bring his squad back, and we'll see if he does it. Piggy Game's got a full squad. They got 3 kills. The Mighty Ducks got 6 kills.
Oh,
but
Mighty Ducks have been eliminated.
They're eliminated. I don't think this is going to be their match after all. As FPS is sitting here with 7 kills, holding down the house.
Team US.
It looks like Fig is not going to try to bring his squad back. He's going to try to fight it out for some kills here, and unfortunately,
Fig is eliminated.
That was a hard push from PFS or FPS, Fig. I guess it is.
Great knowing you. And right now, we're looking over at teams 4 and 7 as they are fighting on the edge of the storm. It is everyone's survival here.
Wukong looks a little bit more beautiful on this map too. The Wukong ability definitely looks more beautiful here.
It does.
La Bahia, we haven't seen them. So La Bahia just went down? Or did they become the kill leader here? No, our Ozark looks to be the kill leader.
Yeah, Ozark with 14 kills, Dadventure. 14 kills to add on the earlier beautiful. 23. They are definitely going to climb up in rankings here after this match.
They just took out La Bahia, but La Bahia is going to be in 4th place right now. So Ozark with 15 kills, definitely gonna add to their total from last game. They don't need the Booyah here. That Booyah would get this some extra points, but 5 headshots, 12 kills in this team. This is just beautiful how they've been able to pull this together. Otaku ZN with 7 kills on his own. And what a great personal performance right there.
I love how the storm is closing in on Sunnyside right now. Big open space, not much places to hide except for those solar panels. And if you take advantage of those solar panels, not only will you save money on your electric bill, but you'll also take great cover.
Did you see that shot by Smith as KDA King came around the corner? Smith hits him with a woodpecker right in the headshot, drops him. That's utilizing that. We talked about hiding behind these solar panels up here on Sunside. We talked about it, I think, last match, how you can hide behind these fences. You can use the elevation of these panels. Look at Trey on the other side. Look at Smith here. Smith was able to get a beautiful headshot on his opponent, and really the Jamaican Mobster squad was doing a great job of having all 4 players trying to flank on Ozark, but Ozark with 1 shot was able to really even it up and stop that push from the Mobsters.
Well, Dadventure, like I mentioned earlier, not only are those solar panels saving you money on your bills, but it is also saving your life as well, as we are seeing here on this action.
It definitely is saving Ozark's life right now. You got K&D Shavar here, and you got Trey. Trey, we know Trey is a rush player. It's interesting. Trey here has got a different gun for the first time. Not using the rush, and we're going to see what SMG versus kind of a tactical rifle here. Let's see how it works out for him.
All right, you got Trey here throwing glue walls left and right, and he is doing a great strategy right here. He throws a glue wall and he recovers. Throws a glue wall and recovers.
Landmine by Trey.
And
slippery maneuver, Trey. I'm going to say one of the better plays. That's probably going to be a replay later. That was beautiful.
All right, we have 2-on-2 right here.
Catch Ozark. Put Ozark out with a landmine, and now we've got the Jamaica Mobster squad having their best position finish so far. We've got K&D Shavar. We talked about K&D Shavar. I think he's got 60 to 70,000 kills in the North American server.
Standoff here, Dadventurer.
We've got Trey now has moved to Thompson. He's put his snipers away. He's got Thompson now, and he's going to move in. So we're going to see Trey do what Trey does. He's going to push his way down here, and they're going to advance on this position. Do they have what it takes to take out Rojito and Jordan here on this push for Piggy Gang? This would be a great moment for Jamaican Mobsters. They have the height advantage. That nice grenade. This is the time. Yeah, Trey's going to push. Oh, no.
What I saw was a grenade push the other team, and that was a big advantage right there. And we are going close.
Jordan
are we going to get
Trey.
the end game right here? We're in the end game now, ladies and gentlemen. And we got a new kill leader in Piggy Gang right there.
Oh, the Jamaican Monster Gun. We get the
It is
booyah! Let's go. Piggy Gang with their third booyah. We got X Jordan.
And I believe, Dadventure, that is the Triple Crown.
That's pretty impressive gameplay there, as they have again crawled up from the bottom yesterday. I think they were the last team. I'd have to go see the standings again. I wasn't expecting this gameplay from them, being able to move that far up with three booyahs out of 4 games. I mean, they are here to play. I think when we look at the kill totals, I don't know they have as many kills in this game as they had in the other ones, because Ozark seemed to be the kill leader in this match. But the booyah points, the 12 points, that 3 bonus points for getting first place over second place is going to help Piggy Game, as they're the booyah here in Game 4 with 2 games left in our Alpine Discovery Tournament. I do think that Piggy Gang is going to force us into a 3-way, maybe a 4-way team lead at the top, because La Bahia went down, I think, in 6th place, Del Sol. So that gives these teams behind them a chance to move up. Avita's team did not play in this round, so they're not going to change their points total, I don't think. We'll probably see them in the next game, would be my guess, in that next group of teams. And so I think it's anybody's game at the top right now. I'm quite surprised that some of these teams have really been able to pull themselves on the bottom of the barrel and brought themselves all the way up into the top. We've got some replays to show you. I think we got 4 replays here to show you. There were some great moments in that match.
Right over here, they are in the docks, and what we mentioned earlier, the docks is great for cover fire as well as SMGs and snipers. Because look at all that high range action right there. You got a lot of high ground going in, as Smith is taking advantage of that high ground, and Ozark takes the new kill right there with the kill leading right there.
You can
Tokyo
see, look
N
at
was
Smith over
unfortunately
there.
eliminated.
Look at Smith over there on one ramp. You've got Smith in a 3rd-story tower. You got his other teammate in another tower. You've got the player on the ground trying to hop up on the crates behind him. There's just so much height differential in docks. If you're a team that wants to use height, you got your rushers down, you got your sniper cover, your support players throwing grenades down in. That is a fun place to play. But you've got to use strategy. Y'all can't snipe there, and y'all can't rush there. You've got to have a balance in the docks. And if you're a balanced team, docks is a great place for you and your squad to land when you're trying to approach each game, because you can pick up squad wipes if you play it right. If you work together with proper communication, you can get a lot of good points to move you up in tournaments and in your ranked gameplay.
It's great for levels. On to the other replay. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I believe this is the one where Team 6, the Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks was moving in onto the house, and they took the house down, Dadventure. This was a great strategy, and they wiped out Team 5. What do you have to say about that?
Right there, taking that grenade right outside the window. He chucks the grenade in through the window right there, and he gets splash damage on all 4 players. Fan DeVale tried to jump down the stairs to get away from it. He got caught by a little bit of splash damage, but everybody else took too much. And as Baby Duck and the team rushed up the stairs, all you have to do is get a couple bullets on target, and now you've downed a player when you might have needed the majority of a clip. Now you just need to kind of spray the room, and you can wipe out a team, and that's what they did there. And so that grenade by up top through that window, great strategy. If you're playing, make sure you're using grenades. As someone who's been able to broadcast some of the best game players in all of the Americas, we watched Brazilian squad and Latin American squad after each other, and America All-Stars use grenades with just brutal effectiveness, as they would just drop them in over glue walls and through windows, and that splash damage just can really change the engagement to your favor as you enter into combat. And if you use grenades, they're in the game for a reason, because they're super effective, Del Sol. Teams gotta be using them as we look at some more replays.
Right over
we
here.
got Larry the Gamer. Yeah, we got Larry the Gamer here
over
and
here
his squad. This is YouTube gods. This is where they pick up, I think, 3 kills. Phallus goes down as they try to approach this. You know, one of the great things about the game is glue wall protection. Having the glue wall, bringing your team up, but Larry the Gamer just kind of works that glue wall down. And I like Jordan's kind of back jump shot here to get that elimination, and really helps his teammate Larry get 3 kills and that triple kill right there as they wipe out that squad. And just kind of nice one-to-one gameplay. We see that a lot in kind of one-tap competitions, right? Like where they just try to go for headshots. Larry's a headshot specialist, and so we see some of that strategy in that kind of engagement right there.
And it didn't matter how much glue walls they were putting up. Larry the Gamer and them were just shooting straight through those glue walls, and they were taking that other team out. As we go into our next replay.
Let's see what replay we have here. Of course, we have that beautiful grenade by Trey. Now, I thought here, Delsol, that Trey should have pushed down that hill. He has shown us game in and game out that he's like a relentless attacker. But for some reason, he held up on that grenade. That grenade did great damage on both of them. And so in not pushing, he ends up having a delayed push, gets himself caught behind glue walls, and Piggy Gang ends up taking that. And so that may have been a momentary mistake by Trey in strategy, as maybe he's pushed too much in some of the other maps that's cost him his life.
It may have been a mistake.
He didn't push, and it probably would have ended up giving them the booyah right there. So, but that was a nice grenade. It shows you how you kind of use your height advantage, toss a grenade. And the thing I like about it is he tossed the grenade to the side, not directly at the glue wall, not trying to get it over, because if you get it past the side, you still can get that splash damage around the edge, and then you can push and get the quick elimination. Unfortunately, he didn't get it, but that's the strategy he was trying to use there. It's a great strategy for you survivors to use when you're in those kind of combat. So we're going to look at the MVP here. I think we're gonna see an MVP from Piggy Gang here.
Otaku ZN.
8 kills in the match. Great job, Otaku. Piggy Gang has now picked up its 3rd booyah, which is not surprising based on the gameplay that they have had. They have dominated day 2. We had La Bahia dominating day 1. It'll be interesting to see when the standings come out. What does it look like with 2 games left? Piggy Game's played a lot of games so far on today. I don't know how many more they have. They've already played. They've had 3 booyahs, and they lost another one. So they've played 4 games. They might not have many more games left in the rotation of groups today. So I think that I'm going to go with that Piggy Game just doesn't have enough tournament opportunities left to put up enough points, because I think we've seen La Bahia's only been in a couple games. I'm thinking
but
La
take a look
Bahia's
at this, Dadventure. Piggy Gang is 3rd place right now. They can still maybe catch up if they play. They are in 3rd.
Look at that 3rd, 4th, 5th. 1 point separates 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. That's impressive. All of those squads are within striking point. A 30-point game puts you right there in the midst of it. And really, you're going to have a 30-point game for one of these teams to get in there with La Bahia. La Bahia finished, I think, in 5th place there with a lot of kills. So they were able to stretch out that lead. I'm going to say right now that La Bahia is going to be very hard to beat. We've only seen them play in 2 games. I think they have 2 more. And if they just finish in the middle of the pack, I don't know that many teams have a chance to catch them. I do believe that we're going to see Uvita at least one more time. And so if they could put up a big booyah, they haven't gotten one yet, they could steal this from La Bahia. But really, I think anybody in that top 6 is definitely still has a shot at this. But some of those teams are going to have to get 2 booyahs here to finish.
And if you look at La Bahia, they're already ahead, but they might be, Dadventure, in the next 2 games. If they are in the next 2 games, that gives them a chance to maybe even get their score to 150. They're at 125 right now. But once they hit that 150, Dadventure, they are untouchable from this tournament here on. They can pretty much just stand their ground, get a couple of kills here and there. If they get a booyah, they get a booyah. They'll definitely hit that 150 if they get like a booyah and a whole bunch of more kills. But they stand at the top right now. They are a solid wall. All they need to do is stand their ground. If Uvita wants to take them over, like I mentioned earlier, Uvita needs to push. If they push, then they will put themselves in contention or perhaps surpass La Bahia. But like you mentioned earlier, it is gonna be hard. Piggy Gang can maybe stick in the top 3, but Piggy Gang needs to keep playing like they're playing right now. And one team that I did see promise from is Ozark. Ozark needs to keep getting kills in order to get into that top 4 range. Can they do it? And Mobsters as well. Mobsters has been really good in this whole round. Can they stay in the top 4? It is anyone's game. And as always, very biased, but Mighty Ducks. Come on, guys. Let's climb to the top 5. Y'all can do it. I believe in y'all.
We got another interview here for you with another one of our influencers from North America. We're excited to share with you.
JP, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, welcome everyone. I'm JP Taddy. I'm the leader of J Pros for Life, and I'm an influencer in the NA region. Yeah.
All right, JP, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you, buddy. You're really hot out here, man. You're doing good. So, JP, I do have a couple of questions for you. So, 2021 has been a really hot year for Free Fire. But for you specifically, JP, what is a highlight for you in 2021? What are the hot moments that you have in 2021?
The hot moments I got in 2021 is when I got the influencer, and I hit like 40K on YouTube, and when I entered the All-Star tournament.
That's awesome, man. That's exciting.
That's
a big thing.
Quarterfinals.
That's great.
Was the only like Jamaican team in the quarterfinals.
That's great.
The finals like 2 points away from the finals.
Yeah, and so you guys represented the entire server well. So thank you for your high level of gameplay, representing the North America server. And as we, that's some great highlights of 2021. But as we look into 2022, what do you love about this Alpine map?
The map is pretty cool. I like the graphics and also the map big. I like what map big.
All right, so the map is big.
Pretty cool.
Oh, you like the graphics? Yeah. That's awesome, man. So, like, about Alpine though, what do you find that's unique about it?
All right, you got more hot spots. Like normally, like other regular maps, you got like 2 hot spots, but in that map, you got like lots of hot spots. Like can get like 5 or more kill one place with a squad.
That's good. So you like to drop your hot zone, get in there, get into the action. That sounds like how we've seen you play. So that definitely lines up for me.
Yeah, hot zone.
Cool. So like speaking of hot zones, right? So you got a chance to discover this new map. You got a chance to like see what it's like. What are like your favorite landing zones and why?
Snowfall, like most likely the ship normally enter Snowfall first, so most likely people to jump Snowfall first. I know you got lots of people at Snowfall. The name's so unique.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about this Alpine map is that snowfall section with all that snow, and people love checking it out right now. So you know it's hot. It's a hot drop, and yeah, I loving the hot drops and the quick kills, and so that's really great. So Delsol, what are some other things you want to know from JP Toddy here?
JP, who's your favorite Free Fire character, man?
My favorite Free Fire character is Hayato.
Hayato. Yeah, I like that too, man. Good stuff. So, I got one more question for you, JP. To anyone who's still trying to discover what this map is about, do you have any specific tips or strategies in playing this map?
Alright. First, when you land, the best gun to pick up is like the VSS. The VSS. Because it's a big map.
Yeah.
VSS and the map more open up. So you can see people like all over, like you can see them like far, like you don't have to about them like close up. Like see them close, but mostly you see them far out. So the VSS and the attachment with the VSS, so beautiful.
So it's definitely good for scoping, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely good for scoping. Well, JP, I want to thank you for joining us here, answering some questions about Alpine. I hope you do well in the new year, and I know you'll do well because you're going to be dropping in hot, JP. So take care, buddy. Have a good new year.
Same to you guys.
Thanks, JP Toddy. Appreciate it.
Take care, man.
Well, Delsol, we have seen what JP Toddy said. VSS and the VSSX has been brutal. It has been used with effectiveness game in and game out. I think when we talk the meta of the map, the gun that you should be looking for, the gun that you should be using, yes, the M82B, it can be stellar against the long ranges, the open spots with the height advantage in Alpine, but it's hard to find. The VSS is in a lot of ground loot, and that's the gun.
It is the staple right now of this tournament, and it's just showing Dadventure how effective that this weapon can be, especially here in Alpine. And I guarantee you, from now on, like if I'm playing Alpine, the VSSX is the main weapon that I'm going to look for, especially if I'm starting from the outer rims, Dadventure.
Yeah, and here's what I like about the VSS. There's not a lot of gun skins in it. You know, we've got some gun skins for other guns that make them better, but that poison damage you can get with a VSSX, that is just a fun gun to play. I'd personally love for the developers to throw in an M4A1X with some poison damage, because there's a lot of ground loot M4A1s in the game. It would give you another option besides the VSX. We bring an assault rifle option for there. But that's the gun to look for. If you want some strategy tips, you want some tricks of how to improve your gameplay, go find a VSSX or VSS in the game. It comes with the scope. It comes with that extra poison damage. You're going to get position. If you're struggling to get kills, you're struggling to get eliminations, make sure your squad has abilities like Shiru, where you can mark an opponent. Make sure you got Moko, where you can mark an opponent. And so you can see where these opponents are hiding and moving to. And those are some of the things you can do. And if you add on that VSS with that poison damage, you can see where that opponent's taking damage behind cover. And when you continue to have those opportunities, you're going to know where your opponents are to determine how to flank and how to push them, as we watched the ANX squad, who's done pretty well today. They're not too far out of the lead as we watch them enter into their drop location.
All right, we are currently entering in Blue Zone, and I believe Blue Zone is on Fusion. And what Fusion is known for is, again, as with many places, it's a great place for looting. However, be aware that this place has terrible terrain. So this is a place where you definitely want to drive your four-wheel drive instead of your regular two-wheel. Also, a great place to have that has many buildings. So right now, we are going to stock up here with Team ANX. ANX is really good team right now, and let's see how they stay. Can they crack back into the top 6? That remains to be seen. They got to push hard.
I love that position of that player we just saw just a moment ago. He was up at third floor there of that building. And as you get up in that third floor, you've got the whole open Fusion area here. You've got all those other buildings that you can see. You've got the positional advantage over the entire lower valley here. And if you can drop here, try to get in that building first and get up on that third floor, because if you get another team, you can get that high ground and help out your team while they're trying to get looted up and get their equipment to enter engagement. We've already got Team 8 pushing out into the docks you're going for those early kills, and that could be a good one because that's Ozark, and Ozark's one of our teams that's climbing. They can either feed Ozark some more points, or they can push them. But Patron here is kind of stuck all by his lonesome here, as now Ozark has some high ground on him here at the top of this tower.
And it's definitely going to be hard for Patron to be there because Ozark is currently here at the docks, and you see right here Smith is zoning in on him with that close-up right there. And he's got great scope on Patron. He knows that he's hiding there, but Patron also knows that he's getting aimed at. So it's a wait and see. If Patron moves out of those blocks right there, then Smith has a really good shot at getting him. And I don't think what kind of weapons? Oh, well, here, look over here. We have two guys from Team 4. They are moving in.
No med kits. I think we're going to see Patron come up in the kill feed here real quick. He's got no med kits. He's got team pushing him with. He's got a sniper using suppressive cover. That's not going to be good for Patron. We're going to shortly see Patron, I think, get eliminated from the match right here. As we've got the K&D squad. This is YouTube Gods over here. YouTube Gods over here pushing against this elevated team, the Batak squad. And it looks like, and this bridge overpass, it looks like he's going to pull out and maybe kind of regroup with the teammates.
Team 2 and 11. Team YTG going all out. They're just taking out Team 2 like that.
That's Shamsam getting an early kill here for his squad. The YouTube Gods already have 2 kills here, led by Larry the Gamer. Full Frontage is back out. That's Team 9. And they're backing out. They've already been engaged, I think, at a couple engagements already. It's not looking well. They've already lost, I think, Patron, and now they're trying to pull back from the ANX squad, which has done pretty well.
And this would be wise right now for Team 9.
It would be
wise right now for Team 9 to find some cover, and it would be wise right now for them to revive. Right now, we're looking at Smith right now. Smith is really impressive right now. He's just picking it away from the long range, and he's just picking his kills right now. And he's definitely going to put some points on the board just by doing that. Bebecito with a knockdown. Good job, Bebecito. But Bebecito gets knocked down. Never mind.
Yeah, we've got Smith. See, now you see here, Smith is using an AC-80. He's standing back. He's bringing damage. This is the strategy. This is a good strategy for teams to use. Now he's got to move in because the problem is all the glue walls have gone up. He can't see the enemy, and his team's going down. So he's got to come up and try to get a kill. A nice drop there. Way to go out and get one drop. Did not get the second. Ozark Esport goes out, which hurts their
Lions
chances
take the lead
in here. In Game 5, they have been moving up the leaderboard, but now they get dropped out as the first team out. They're going to get no points other than they might have had 1 kill there. They might have not, but they're going to end up with 0 or 1 point. That's probably going to end their opportunity to take the championship. I think that's going to make the Ozark cannot overtake La Bahia in that first place. And unfortunately, that's what happens when you go down and out towards the end of the competition. But they have shown us some great play. And so we'll have maybe one game to show us some more, as we've got Joan YouTuber squad here with Giovanni and the Calvo squad and moving in on this position.
Right. Right now,
you talked about the haystacks a little bit.
Yeah, the haystacks.
Here's the haystack cover you're talking about.
These are the hardest haystacks in the world, Dadventure. They are just like rocks. I've never seen haystacks that hard. Yeah, these bullets are not penetrating through these haystacks, Dadventure. So these are one heck of farmers that we have here in the Rye. But right now, we're seeing Rise and advance forward onto Team 8.
I live in an area of the country with a lot of haystacks, and you can't shoot through them. They're just so dense. They will absorb all the. So it's truthfully, you can't shoot through a haystack. Maybe the very corner edge, but you can't shoot through a haystack.
Check this out, Dadventure. Check this out. Team 7 is engaging with Team 8, but what they don't know right now is Team 10 is going to come up right behind them and bite them right behind the butt. So Team 7, you better turn around because Team 10 is advancing right now.
As we move back in, full frontage has moved into the city, which gives them a position to cover. But we've got Zay and Slade pushing hard, and I don't see a grenade. So luckily they didn't get hit with any grenades. But full frontage is pulling out with grid, and I think that here you just got to take off. You can see full frontage down in the corner, drops into Wukong. That's going to save him momentarily, but it looks like this squad is just pushing so hard. I don't know that they're going to be able to do anything. Well, it looks like they're not.
Full frontage is actually very near a revival point, but like I mentioned earlier, a revival point is risky. what he wants to do is he either wants to get out of Dodge and go to another buy station that's not near that buy point. They want to choose another buy point in order to bring their team back, because right now they are paired up with Team ANX, and Team ANX is brutal. They will take them out. And you see Team 12 right there. They are around the area as well with a full team. And here we go. The fight is on. ANX is shooting out, and they are holding that building down.
Now, ANX needs to get this elimination. They need to get team Dark Horses are out, so Full Frontage and his squad are out. But they've got to get Team 12 out of here. I believe that's Uvita. You've got to get – this is the second place team. If you want any chance to move up into competition, they've got to take Uvita out. But look back here. Kathy's got a woodpecker in the back just bringing out damage. But that damage isn't going to help from Kathy as long as they stay upstairs where they can't get hit from the window. Bebecito, unfortunately, takes that woodpecker and puts him down. And now we see the close quarters combat with the M1887s as Diablo goes down. But we've now got 2 eliminations. We see Joan YouTuber go down somewhere else on the board.
Now, Dadventurer, look at this.
As they trying keep to protect going up, each other.
They are taking out ANX as they keep going up a level.
Yeah,
but never mind.
Ooh, nice drop on Kathy.
Holding the levels down.
ANX gets eliminated though. They get two eliminations on Uvita, but that's going to hurt ANX's chances, as they were one of those middle of the pack teams that had a chance. Uvita took a lot of hits there, but utilizing the space in these houses, they were able to go up and then drop down the stairs behind the teams, because there's not a lot of railings in some of these buildings now, which I love. So at any point when a team's advancing upstairs, you can drop behind them. We've seen teams try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There you saw that Kathy went down, because as Kathy went up the stairs, the player from Uvita dropped behind him, and the player from ANX dropped behind him, was able to get Kathy out, which gets Kathy eliminated.
But there
we go. Kathy's back in that quick, because with the elimination of that squad, they now have nothing to worry about, and they can bring the full squad back.
And I believe it was the stream yesterday where Diablo was one of the standouts, and that is still to be seen. But is Diablo going to do good here? Let's see. Right now, Uvita has 4 kills, and Team Calvo with 4 kills right now. So this is still anyone's game. This is as long as people keep sticking to the strategy and moving forward, then this is still anyone's game.
Oh, Kathy gets a brutal headshot on Joan YouTuber. Joan YouTuber was using the AK-47 from up the hill, had Kathy pinned down, was taking damage, but Kathy turns around with that woodpecker, 1 headshot, Joan YouTuber's out.
Right, and you see Giovanni taking advantage of that really, really hard haystack right there. And then they are moving forward. Uvita YouTube moving forward into the house, or outside the house. They are fighting against the storm here. And Giovanni is going to choose to lay back here and use that grenade to see if he can take out Bestia.
Nice grenade.
Bestia and Diablo, but that is a hard haystack. It's not going to go through that haystack.
You got to get the grenade over. That's why you got to use the side of the grenade. Yeah, you've got to use the side. Right there is why we talked about the last game. Giovanni was trying to throw over the object. It's so hard to time it unless you're perfect with grenades. It's so hard to time it perfectly to go over an object. It's better off to throw it along the side of the object, because you're going to get a bounce pass
and Giovanni's
explosion.
out.
You're still going to get damage, but right there, 3 grenades and really 3 misses, and that could have been a perfect opportunity to get Bestia out. And instead, they get Bestia and his team get the team wipe.
And right now, Uvita's playing a really, really good game right now. Like we said earlier, they're holding second place. So if they can keep pushing, eventually they might be in contention with La Bahia. But again, La Bahia is still very much ahead. Right now, let's see who's on fire. Mia Lipe's team is on fire right now. So let's see how far they can get ahead.
Yeah, Tokyo in with 1 kill. Tokyo in moving into position. They don't seem to have any enemies here, so they're going to move. But yeah, we got the Lions there with Santita, Team 5, moving into Uvita. Uvita's got 3 players. Team Lions is moving in. If they can get the wipe here, this could be good for Lions. They're one of those middle-of-the-pack teams. A good score here and a booyah could really put them into position to have a stellar game in that last game and maybe be a surprise at the top of the charts. But they've got to put up 12, 15 or more kills, and they've got to get that booyah to have any chance at that number 1 overall placing at the end of the day.
And no matter what happens here, Lions have done really good in this series, especially compared from the first day. They have really brought the game here to day 2, and I'm impressed to see how far they are going. But right now, it looks like the team that's on fire is Uvita.
Gucci here moving around the edge here. See Gucci moving around that far edge. That's a flanking maneuver. So what you're doing is you got one player moving to flank all the way around the outside of the walls here and trying to get around on the other team as these teams push combat through the map here. Gucci can come and surprise Kathy and Edwin here from behind and maybe get a quick elimination as they're not paying attention. We're going to see what happens here. Maybe we'll see that as Gucci sneaking up through this building. He's got the M1014 as Kathy's going to go down. If he can push here, still hanging back. We've got Bebecito down, Uvita and his squad here. Got 11 kills, which is helping, and now we got Diablo pushing back to the vending machine.
So right now they are currently in militia, and right now if you are in militia, it would be wise to have your SMGs and your shotguns ready because any corner, any moment, you can get shot at. So you need to be prepared with your short range combat.
Yeah, this is definitely an SMG. This building right here is SMG building. We can see some ARs, but we see the players that are pulling out the UMPs inside are the ones getting the eliminations. And in the smaller buildings, we're seeing the teams that have the shotguns, the M1014s, and the M18A7s. Those are the ones that are getting the elimination because one hit from a shotgun can definitely put more damage on you than a quick burst from SMG. And we're seeing those are the combat strategies. And I see Delsol all the time. Players try to hold down one of these bigger buildings with a shotgun. It's really hard to do because a shotgun just doesn't do damage over range like an SMG. And so you've got to pick the building you hold with the weapon that you're equipped with.
And Dadventure, I don't know if you saw earlier, but look at Team Uvita with 14 kills. That is going to make them climb up in the rankings as well. But I don't think it's going to put them still close to La Bahia. They probably, if Uvita is playing in the next game, they need to push. And if La Bahia is playing in the next game as well, Uvita needs to eliminate La Bahia.
Ooh, nice shot there.
Up to 16.
Diablo is going to have to get back into this. We see Gucci still back there doing his thing. Diablo is going to have to get back in this and help out, or he's going to lose Kathy, and they're going to lose Kathy here to the bleed out. But Avita ends up taking us. There's a vending machine back in that storm. I'm guessing if they have coins, they're going to go back and bring back their player. As Gucci stayed in the game here. I don't understand that. I didn't see Gucci push combat. I would have thought Gucci would have came in and third-partied, been a third-party flanking team member, but it looks like he hung back for position points. Now there's 3 teams left, so they are going to pick up the points in position, but here at the point you got to have the eliminations at this point to get the victory. And maybe at this point they've just maligned themselves and they're going to push to get a higher place.
So if Gucci stays there, Gucci's guaranteed 8 points just by staying behind right now.
So he just about took a shot from that M82B from Bestia in that window. Now Bestia here using the rock cover. We talked about how important that is, and he's got a double M82B, so that's just he can rain about 150 damage, maybe 300 damage per half a second with those on enemies, and that's enough to wipe a full squad if you can get a couple quick shots. And so way to take out glue walls, especially.
Oh, look at this!
I think he's got the Skylar
Good
ability,
move with the glue wall.
We're going to see them use that.
Here we go, climbing up on that rock, getting the high vantage point right there, and he takes him out. See, that's the advantage of using that. And you got a triple cure by Gucci. Diablo is
on it as well. Got Gucci by himself. Gucci's out. The Lions can take second, and boom!
It is all over! And you see the excitement in his face. Look at the excitement in his face. He knew he got that booyah.
That excitement. Yeah, I think we've been waiting to catch one of those influencers with that big old smile.
That might have been the first smile that I've seen here on that stream. And he is excited.
That's good, man. He was like, yeah. But honestly, that 12 points plus, they had a lot of kills. They are in position to take out La Bahia in Game 6. I believe that we're probably going to have those two teams in Game 6 just based on how many games they've been playing. I think we're going to have a competition here down to the wire. I don't know how many teams are left in it other than La Bahia and Uvita Sports, so it's going to be a match to see which of those teams can take it. And this may be Uvita's last game. I don't know if I think we're going to see for sure La Bahia in the last game. Maybe Uvita too, because they're broken up in groups A, B, and C. But well done as we take a look at some of these replays that they're going to have for us. But I'm excited about Game 6 on day 2 to see what's going to happen.
Game 6 is going to be the Super Bowl of all our games right now. So right here, we're looking here at Mialipe, who gets knocked down. And we're looking at fast-paced action right here all over the glue walls. And you see Smith over here running into the action as well.
Now this is Gucci. Gucci here. And Gucci ends up getting his team a second place finish by sneaking around the outside. Probably could have came into combat and got some elimination kills, but they went for the positional points. That is a good strategy, especially for our teams, our survivors who are watching. If you're in ranked gameplay, you're going to want those finish points to get you more points as you move up to the heroic and grandmaster classes of ranked gameplay, definitely. But in a competition where you need eliminations, they're just as advantageous as getting a placement point. You could have went either way there. Could have went and got a quick kill. It would have been the same as getting the placing points, but they went for the placing points, which is a good strategy. So for a lot of you watching, that may be a better strategy what Gucci did there for you in ranked gameplay to help you get the points you need to move up in your rankings. And we look at this, and we can see this Uvita team here who ends up getting that booyah. And you see Uvita down in the corner as they push the steps here. And really, this was the first of many squad wipes. I think we saw them wipe 4 squads. I don't know if you counted.
What's impressive about this was as he kept advancing up the stairs, you know, he started getting some kills here and there, and they were eventually able to wipe out that squad as they kept pushing. So what does it say right here? Push, 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 and that'll get you the points in order to win this tournament.
Yeah, there's always advantage. And, you know, they had the high ground. The player there jumped over the stair rail, came down. There's those low rails in that building. You can easily jump behind the player. It worked out to his advantage as he got behind the player, got out the window. Getting out of a window slows you down. And so when Kathy from Uvita had to climb out that window, he was able to get jumped by the opponent who was already outside waiting for it and ended up actually taking Kathy out at that point. And so there's the exchange you have, a strategy of it's hard to crawl out a window when you're in the middle of a competition.
Now, I like this move right here. They saw a grenade fly, but they threw that glue wall right there to protect them from that grenade, and they climbed up the rock, and you see right here, Uvita with the high ground and takes the other player out just like that. Advantage high ground, triple kill from Gucci, and that is exactly how they got that booyah. And right here,
something important there to see
is the big smile right there. Look at that smile.
Yeah, that's that big smile. But Bestia had 2 kills with that M82B Barrett sniper, which is really the best weapon you can have in Alpine is that gun. It's hard to get, but if you can get it, we saw here at the end of the map, Bestia up on the rock behind glue walls with double M82Bs, just raining down damage on all the teams they was facing there. He had 2 teams separated, just team shot after shot after shot. And with his team covering his backside with SMGs and shotguns, it was a great finish for Uvita. And I'm excited to see as we get into this MVP, who do you think is going to be the MVP of that Uvita squad right there?
Let's see, as we say, ladies and gentlemen, your MVP is Bestia with 11 kills.
I think that's Bestia's 3rd MVP potentially of the match. Maybe 2nd, maybe 3rd, and a lot of kills. Every time Bestia is on there, it's a lot of kills. And so 11 kills. I think we had 8 kills. Bestia's been brutal.
Bestia has been getting it. Bestia has been aggressive. He's been pushing. Not only that, he's been picking his shots and he's been putting points on that board, and that's why his team is up there in the rankings.
Yeah, and that's one of those things about having a sniper. Bestia has been being that sniper character for his team, staying back while the rest of them go and advance engage, hitting those shots. But as his team goes up and weakens people, he's still delivering gunfire. And so as they're taking shields down, the armor down, and then all of a sudden, boom, a shot comes from a sniper out of the blue. Now they've dropped him and the teams get the finish. That's been what we've been seeing from Bestia over and over again. So really, it's great team play that's been getting those kills. It's not just Bestia's solo gameplay. The team has really been finishing those downs for Bestia and allowing them to move forward. And as we look at the standings, I think it's going to be interesting. As we take a look here, the top's getting really tight. La Bahia is just in the lead by 12 points.
Higgy Gang.
Woo.
Higgy Gang in 3rd place. Mighty Ducks unfortunately went
Gang's moved up.
8th. All right, but you know, I'm starting to see different teams on here. Lions in 7th place, Ozark in 6th place, Okoa in 5, Mobsters in 4, Piggy Gang 3, 2 Uvita, and of course 1st place as always La Bahia. But look at this, Dadventure. Look at this. Uvita and La Bahia are very, very close within point range. So this is what needs to happen in order for Uvita to take over La Bahia. They need to take La Bahia out. And I guarantee you, I think La Bahia is going to be in the next game. But they need to take La Bahia out. And if they take them out, Dadventure, here's what's going to happen. If they take them out, that puts Uvita in a spot to put more kills on that point list. And if they get more points, Dadventure, they are going to surpass La Bahia. And I think that is very possible here. But La Bahia, let's not count them out. They're a very good team. They need to stand still. They need to stand their ground. And they need to fight to keep their top rank.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't anyone's game anymore. It's only two teams in it for the championship at this point. Piggy Gang and the rest of them are playing for third place. Right now, we only have two teams playing for first. And those two teams are Uvita and La Bahia. And really, truthfully, I don't know that Uvita's in this game. Like, that might have been their final game of the tournament. They may be done. La Bahia, with just awesome gameplay over 2 days, may have locked this tournament down already. We don't know. We'll see who gets in the field of play in this final matchup. I'm hoping we're going to see both Uvita and La Bahia kind of mano a mano going at it here in this finals, determining who is going to be the champion of Alpine Discovery. Is it going to be the team that's kind of held on to the top for 2 days, or is it going to be Uvita, who's just steadily been pushing their way forward with consistent gameplay, but not really Booyah-based gameplay? That's been more of La Bahia's strategy. Just win it, get the Booyah. Uvita's just been very consistent with eliminations.
All right, guys, and don't forget, if you want to see who wins, if you want to know, if you want to cheer for your people, don't forget to type in the chat, I am cheering for this person, or say go whatever team you're going for, and show support for all these teams, because all these teams have been doing great this whole tournament.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what chat says. Who chat says. There's two teams that can have a chance to take it. I think it's impossible for any of their teams to get enough points to win. They'd have to get 40 kills and a Booyah. And I don't even think that's enough points for them still to take it from La Bahia. It's just would be near impossible at that point. So maybe one or two teams, if they got 40, 60 points, maybe it'll do it. So at this point, it's either La Bahia or Uvita. What do you think, chat? Survivors, who's going to be the winner at the end of this day? Who's going to be our Alpine Discovery champion? I think the momentum, to be honest with you, Delsol, the momentum is in favor of Uvita, not La Bahia.
Yes.
And especially the joy that we saw in Uvita in that picture-in-picture in the corner. I think that I'm going to have to go with maybe Uvita is going to end up at the end of the day. It's going to be super hard because there's still 12 points out, but they could do it.
Dadventure, I know I said I like Mighty Ducks, but I will say this. If Uvita wins today, I am celebrating here in my room. I'm going to have my own party here in my little stream lab for Uvita, because that is an underdog basically going over the big dog here. And I think they can catch up because they have been improving in each game. And if they keep improving and they improve in this last game, Dadventure, and take out La Bahia, and that's only if these two teams are in this game, then we have a chance in having a new leader.
Right, and that is where we're looking at. So it's going to be exciting as we get into Game 6. After Game 6, Survivors, there's going to be another free code from Alpine here for you to get some of that sweet Alpine giveaway gear. So hold on. After Game 6, we'll give you the giveaway code. I think they're going to give you the code from yesterday that was still a little frozen as we got into today. So we'll throw up both codes again for you so you can get some free stuff here for watching and supporting this Alpine Discovery Tournament. And hopefully you're just as excited as Delsol and I about this new map and the new opportunities for gameplay that comes with it.
Again, guys, this map has been beautiful. This map has been great. Big, wide open spaces with a lot of structures. And if you've been watching this throughout the past 2 days, you'll realize all the advantages, all the tips that you can take in using this map, and what kind of weapons that you can use. Hint, hint, VSSX. VSSX. Say it with me, VSSX. Use that as we go into Game 6. It is main event time here on the Alpine stream, and we are live!
All right, Uvita is in the game, so we are going to have Uvita landing. We've got Abreu and Flo from that squad. We got A and X dropping in. We've got some other squads here. Let's see here. We got Uvita landing over in Ocean View. We've got Smiley. I believe that's the YouTube gods. Let's see if we can see La Bahia entering the game.
Over there, Infusion.
Ozark's Team 4 entering the game.
Team 7 is going to go ahead and take the blue zone, Dadventure, along with Team 8.
Looks like we got Joan YouTuber landing. We've got, with 7 and 8 are going to get into it quick. We got PFS here. Team landing here at Militia. And as they land here at Militia, of course, this is a great place for you to get gear. There's some coins. Perfect. Get some coins. Use the vending machine. Let's see. What's he going to buy? He's buying 3rd level armor and 3rd level helmet. That's pretty good. That's going to be helpful for later combat, and especially if they get pushed early on, that'll be a helpful thing to have moving forward. And as Militia is ideal for camping and surviving unaware enemies. I do think that I agree with that. This is a great place to use these buildings. But right here, this is one of those buildings we saw in the last one. This is a better SMG building, whereas some of the smaller buildings in Militia are better for shotguns. So if I'm in this and I'm strategizing how I'm going to play, if I got a shotgun, I'm going to pick a smaller building and try to hold that down than that big building, unless I've got an SMG or maybe one of those assault rifles that you can use in close quarters combat. I'm not going to try to hold it down with a sniper there.
Right now, we are here located on blue zone right now with teams 7 and 8 as they stock up. I don't think the first safe zone has dropped yet, but once that first safe zone drops, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see action here in our main event of the evening, as Team 7 and 8 is currently stocking up and pushing forward towards Team 8. But Team 8 is leaving the area, as I see right here. And it looks like they're going to cross the bridge, Dadventure.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to get out of there. I think that's stadium there. They're trying to move out, use the bridge to maybe get in a different location. Probably a wise decision. Live to play another day in this last one. A lot of these teams who know they don't have a shot at ending up on top are really going to play for points at this point. And it comes down to you want to be able to say, I got 3rd, I got 4th, I got 5th. And so the better you do in this last one, the better you're going to finish overall. And some of those teams were only a point or two away from each other and moving up. And so we see Uvita there at Team 12. They're going to quickly be into it with Team 5 and Team 6. And really, if they come in here and wipe these two teams out, that would be great. If they come in here and die to these two teams, it's pretty much over. That'll be the end of it. La Bahia will be the champions. And so there's a lot riding on this combat as we watch here what goes on with ANX. Right quick kill leader is Uvita.
So right now, let's see how Uvita plays. This is a chance for Uvita to take first. They got to push really, really hard right now. And ANX is getting peppered right now. And we are seeing all kinds of action here as Zay is being revived right here, right now. And we are looking over here at Team 12. Uvita is on fire. They got to keep this momentum up, Dadventure. They are on fire right now.
Bestie is getting hit from full frontage squad. But you've got full frontage squad is just caught. They're caught in an unfortunate situation. They're in between two teams, in between one of the best teams in the tournament and another squad, and that's just not going to bode well. There's only 2 of them up there. They got a 4-man push, a 2-man push, and I think we're going to see that team get eliminated. And we're going to see Uvita here. They're kind of slow playing this a little bit. They're not hard pushing. I think they're letting their teams fight it out a little bit and just going to get the cleanup kills, knowing that they need to stay alive. They get the ANX elimination, and I think we had another elimination, and maybe full frontage squad. Did they get someone out of there? Did they get an escape?
It looks like they got an escape. That's what it looks like right now. And Uvita is still pushing hard as expected, because they are on fire right now. They are willing to get that first place right now. I don't know. Do we see La Bahia dropping this map? Are they in this game?
I have not seen La Bahia in. I thought we had La Bahia in this last round. I don't see them yet. We haven't seen the full board of teams yet. So right now, if La Bahia is not in this final round and Uvita can get 12 points plus, Uvita will be the champions. That would be to Uvita's champ. Maybe that was why that big smile was, but I have not seen La Bahia in the game so far. We haven't seen them in every game, so we haven't actually. There's been some games we've been surprised that they've gotten points because we haven't seen them play. So maybe they're in here. Maybe we're just not getting to see them. So they're just ratcheting up the tension here in game 12 of this competition. But ultimately, if they're not on the field, Uvita has everything to win and everything to lose in this game.
Right now, we're looking at Team PFS, who did pretty good in the past few streams here. And they are going to take out this man here in Team 2. Goodbye, Fox. Bibicito is knocked down by a grenade.
Nice grenade. Beautiful by D4KZ over that glue wall, right over the edge of of that stone, basically stone barricade sitting there, and really just beautiful elimination. Beautiful 200-point damage.
Beautiful. Amazing grenade throw right there. Threw it just like Tom Brady would, and touchdown. Right now, we're looking over here at Teams 9 and Team 11. And let's go into replay as we see this shot right here. And I believe this is
maybe they'll show us this grenade throw again? Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're going to show us the grenade.
This is a great replay.
Watch this right here.
All right, here he's going to charge it up.
D4KZ with the throw.
That's a perfect blue ball by Flo, which allows D4KZ to move in position, charge his grenade.
It's gone!
And just boom, take him out. Beautiful. There's not much you can do about that, survivors. If that happens, you're pretty much in trouble.
Make sure y'all flood the chat with the team that you want to win, or the team that you want to win this round. I know there's a lot of Uvita fans out there, so let's get these chats flooded with your favorite team.
We've got Smiley, we've got Shamson, we got Larry the Gamer here, one of our influencers here in North America, all here on YouTube Gods. They could use a good finish, solid kills to kind of move more into the middle of the pack, the top of the leaderboard, maybe the top third of the leaderboard. So this would be a good one for them to pick up some points here as they go against the Matak team, which is Saika. And Azazel still alive, but Saika goes down. Azazel's left.
Looks like
probably going to see Azazel try to flee. And we've got Keanu and Smoke, two of our influencers here on Team Phallus. Got 2 kills so far, and really need to push here as their team. I think they're Team 3 here. They need to push Team 9, maybe try to get some more eliminations, take out Azazel. Azazel's not going to probably. Ooh, this is a hard position to be in. A 4v1. With limited meds, it's going to be, we could see an elimination come up on the kill feed soon.
All right. Oh, we got a knockdown right here. And we got tent battle right here. We see glue wall inside the tent. Not much place to move around there. But Matakas has been eliminated. Goodbye, Matakas. All right. And Shamson is down. Shamson's
the
down.
YouTube Gods went out quick here by Ozark. Came in and they third-partied YouTube Gods as they were trying to take out that Matakas team, and ultimately swept in, and that team had damage from that engagement and came in and got a 4-man elimination, got the team wipe, and put YouTube Gods out of the tournament, and really was a great maneuver there on that third party. We see Uvita still on fire over there as our kill leaders.
Right now is a good chance for Team 1 PFS to recuperate right here. And like you mentioned earlier, kill leaders is Team 12 with Uvita. They are on track in snagging first place, but they need to push even harder. And we got Team Ozark here, who did really well during this stream today, and they continue to do well as well.
We've got Venus here, kind of holding back, pushing up with a shotgun, using the cover to try to advance. This is a great place for some shotguns, using the walls
for cover.
We've got Otaku's done quite a bit of that today, and showing us how Ozark has done a great job of getting those kills. I think this, like, talking about Forest Red, look at this. Look at the map. That's just beautiful.
Look at that canoe, Dadventure. That's a beautiful canoe that's located on that river right there.
I want to ride down that river in that canoe, to be honest, in real life, in IRL.
You see the docks there, Fred? Dadventure, the docks. I would love to go fishing there on the docks. That looks like a beautiful spot to go fishing.
It does.
And get some booyahs on the way.
This should be Free Fire Retirement Village right there.
All right, look over here. A brute is just picking him out with that gun right there with that M60. M60 is so powerful from a long range if you can land it.
Yeah, if you can get that on headshots across range, it can be a deadly support class. Not a lot of people utilize that gun, those heavy machine guns like they should. But if you can get a support character out at a distance, especially with a sniper at a different angle, and just deliver damage while you got 2 rushers coming in, I mean, you can just mow down teams. But a lot of players, I don't know why a lot of teams don't do that. Maybe that's just not the strategy for a lot of teams. And some of those guns are a little bit harder to find on the map. So that could be why we don't see a lot of that strategy.
It's harder to find, but also it's harder to hit with accuracy. But with the M60, the goal is to squat while you use the M60, and that should increase your recoil as well.
Right.
All right,
so far, not seeing La Bahia in this game. So as we get a chance to see Uvita, we can get an update on what's going on with Uvita as we see Lions over here engaged Quadra kill from Venus there.
Lions is in trouble right now.
Lions here. We've seen Ozark and the Lions go at it a few times. I think we've seen him go at it in this exact location a few times. That barrel has been the downfall of some people recently. Oh, look at Ozark coming out quickly to get teammates back into the game. So Otaku was able to get Bebecito back right there in the middle of combat. Great maneuver. And unfortunately, the Lions get eliminated with a long-range shot from an AC-80. Good shot there, and the Lions are...
Another killing spree from Otaku. Otaku is on beast mode today. Uvita with 7 kills. So, Dadventure, you know what that means? 7 kills.
That's 7 points. 7 points. In
7 points,
place,
Dadventure.
That's what 9, 8, 7, 6. I think they're basically...
And Uvita had a very serious face right there.
Like,
and if he wins,
for the
that
lead
serious face is going to be a big smile if he wins this game, Dadventure.
Yeah. I think that puts them tied for the lead, maybe 1 point up on La Bahia at this point. So it'll be interesting to see if Bestia can keep getting eliminations. I think at this point, the game is Uvita's. I have not seen La Bahia in the match. And that means that we may have an upset Cinderella champion in the making.
I am about to get the party ready here, Dadventure. That is going to be a lot.
It's exciting to listen to and watch, for sure.
Yes, it is. All right, so let's just enjoy the rest of this game.
See what chat thinks as we see Uvita putting up kill after kill. Bestia continues to lead, I think, with a dominant performance for his team and delivering those kill after kill. PFS is doing well, 9 kills right now. They're having one of their better games they've had in the tournament, as they have put a couple teams out. One early, one they put out now. Flo has got 3 kills. D4KZ with that beautiful grenade. They've taken out Ozark, who's had a strong second day
Uvita
performance
with 10 kills, Dadventure. 10 kills. I believe that puts them in first.
That's going to put them in first, unless somehow La Bahia was in this match and we just didn't see him and they pulled out some early points. I think it's going to be down to the wire here.
I'm very excited to see what that standings will be. So right now we got PFS and La Bahia. I mean, TFS and Uvita with a stare down contest right now. And we got Team 1 there, PFS on the high ground. And we got Uvita there on the low ground. And eventually they are going to push forward towards each other. And Dadventure, it looks like, are they the last 2 teams available here, Dadventure?
There's 3 teams left. We've got Uvita's going to now moved into 3rd place. The quadra kill for D4KZ. He's having a great round himself. I'm pretty sure we're going to see him in post-match highlight for sure. That grenade's probably going to come back around. We've seen Uvita do what Uvita does. PFS is holding it down with Uvita, and I don't know who our 3rd squad is here. Currently, I don't have an angle on the 3rd squad. That's still in the
someone
match.
on Team 7. I see someone on Team 7.
Oh, that's that player. That's that Kaneha team. He's kind of holding his own over just underneath the camera here that we're seeing. So he's just going to kind of hang out all by his lonesome. Let these 2 teams fight it out. If PFS can wipe Uvita, it's going to be close. Unless, maybe we had La Bahia we didn't see on the map, and they got some early kills. So that we have some unknown scenarios right now that we don't know if they were in the match. We didn't get to see all the teams, and we don't know if they picked up any early kills. If they were in the match and got eliminated. So right now it's super close.
Yeah.
I mean, the points are within a couple points.
We are going to see a shootout right here.
Can wipe Uvita right here. It could be La Bahia's, and we didn't just get to see the points go down. So I think right now, if you're Uvita, you have to get these 4 kills. You've got to walk away with these 4 or 5 kills. If not, you risk losing the entire thing.
And right now, PFS is on the kill lead right now, but it's up to La Bahia. It's up to Uvita to see if they can push. So Uvita keeps pushing. And right now, someone in Team 7 is just chilling right there, and he's going to collect points.
Nice shot.
And I don't think he wants to get in any exchange right now with these 2 teams. And we got some long-range shot going from Abu right here. PFS is picking their shots. They're doing really good right now with 10 kills.
Brea's using this machine gun pretty well for cover fire. It's just not a super accurate gun after that first initial shot. Laura B over here just kind of creeping, doing
Laura
damage.
B is taking long-range shots from there.
Now he's out.
There goes
looks like PFS got that elimination. Bestia's got to get these kills, or they could be risking. Oh, Bestia is down with that.
Look at this. Look at this. Uvita is getting hammered by PFS. PFS says if we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out shooting and go out guns blazing.
PFS is going out guns blazing, showing how to hold down that height advantage. Uvita's out. We got a boom!
It is over!
PFS might have just cost Uvita the entire championship because we don't know. They needed more points. They were within 10 kills and 9 points is only 19. They were, I think, 12 or 13 points out of first place. And if La Bahia was on the other side of the map picking up points that we didn't know about early on, this could be down to the wire, Delsol. Wow, that is La Bahia there. FPS is La Bahia. So that's we didn't know that was La Bahia. They had a different name on the screen today. So I think that's them. We were wondering
that's the
where
winner.
they were.
La Bahia.
Right in front of us. La Bahia.
They came in and they said, you know what? We are going to take them out. We are not going to let Uvita advance.
Epic.
La Bahia came in. I'm willing to see what the rankings are here. And I think La Bahia may have solidified it.
Yeah, we couldn't find it because they didn't have the same name on the top of their name. But it doesn't matter.
Names,
That's
guys.
the team. It's the team name. It is. And so how about it coming down to the wire? The final two teams at the final game, 12 games in. The top two leaders, mano a mano, one up on the advantage, playing the high ground elevation versus Uvita, the underdog Cinderella team, trying to climb up that elevation. They just couldn't do it. La Bahia had a great sniper. They had a great light machine gun, just holding them down. And we were showing you that support character class of grenades and shotgun, grenades and machine guns. You've got the sniper class, you've got the rush class, and you've got the scout class. They were doing very well at playing together up on that rock. And we talked about how many times that final circle is out of the cities. It's in those elevated positions. There'll be a lot of height in the final circles and a lot of rocks to hide behind. What a great job. We've got some replays to show you here, as La Bahia is definitely going to be our champions, no question, as we watch Uvita come in and take on this kind of clean up the fray here as a third party. So they third party this team very well.
And we can see the action that was going on here. Kathy with all these shots here. And Kathy about to escape through the building here. But I gotta say, Dadventure, PFS was picking their shots in that last moment. They knew that Uvita was gonna be tough to beat. And they knew the strategy that they had to do in order to take out Uvita. And that was to take advantage of the high ground position to eventually eliminate Uvita and clinch that first place. And you know what? We'll see later in the rankings if they officially clinched it. We don't know yet, but we'll see. Nothing's official until we see those numbers.
We're going to see in these replays, elevation. You want to play Alpine and play it well? Keep the elevation. Look at how D4KZ is uphill. Look at how La Bahia at the end of the game was uphill. D4KZ is pushing downhill. They're all moving to this rock. Look, they're moving to cover behind this rock. Bebecito's behind
this is where they throw the grenade, Adventure. This is where they get that grenade. Oh, Mary, right there. And
but you have it's much easier to throw grenades downhill than it is uphill. It just is in this game. And so you're going to have to approach combat, try to make sure you're always uphill in combat. It's such an advantage in Alpine, more so than I think any other map in all of Free Fire. Yes, there's elevation in Bermuda. Yes, there's elevation in Kalahari. Maybe not as much as some of the other maps. Yes, there's elevation in Purgatory. But in Alpine, there's elevation everywhere. And if you don't play that elevation and the angles well, you're going to lose quite often to a team who has a better position. Not always, but enough that you're going to learn to change your strategy and to use elevation, especially learning how these named locations on the map work. I think we got one more replay to show you here. Maybe it's going to be at the end here. And yeah, it's at the end here. We're just La Bahia, which we didn't know was La Bahia, is just uphill. We've got a Brayu using this machine gun. And just look at the damage. 170, 23, 30, 30, 24, 37. Right, they just can't recover enough health fast enough to mount any assault, and then the other players on his team just continuing to put them down one after another, and at that point you can't get out. And so that's the epic Uvita La Bahia competition there. They went in the slugfest, and La Bahia takes the booyah. What a good job. I think we're going to see the MVP here shortly. They're going to see who was the overall MVP of this epic final death match, I think, at the end between our two juggernaut teams, La Bahia and Uvita. Unfortunately, unfortunately, we're not going to get to see Uvita's smiling face there at the end of that match. But we're going to look at the MVP here. Our MVP of the final match
is D4KZ.
No surprise there. I mean, he played stellar that entire match, from that grenade all the way through, just helping to hold down his team. You had Abreu with that machine gun. They just played so well. I think D4KZ really deserves that MVP of this final 12th game on 2 days. Good job, D4KZ. And I think as we look at the standings, I don't think we're going to see any surprise here, Delsol. What do you think?
I don't think we're going to see a surprise. So let's see what the standings is, ladies and gentlemen. I think
the standings are going to say one thing and one thing alone. La Bahia is going to probably be up on Uvita by 20, 30 points. I think they're going to have clinched it there with that final win. Maybe 20, 22 points. It'll be interesting to see. I think they're still tallying the scores because both of those teams scored a lot there at the end. There's a chance. And there's a miracle of a chance, right? That Uvita could have had enough kills and like La Bahia couldn't have had. Maybe they just didn't bring enough kills total, and Uvita could have got those. They had like 12 kills there. They could have had enough to take up the lead. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to be the overall champion. I think it's going to be one team, but you still have to get the eliminations because it's 1 point per kill, Delsol. So there could be a chance that Uvita might surprise us, and they did enough work eliminating teams along the way, especially with some of the third-party assaults, that they might be in the lead. So I don't want to claim this for La Bahia yet, because then we might chat me like, you're wrong, Dadventurer. So we're going to see what the standings say as we get excited.
Like I said, nothing is official until we know.
Yeah, maybe chat can tell us in the comments who they think did Uvita do enough to unseat La Bahia. The winner,
ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Alpine Discovery Tournament is
La Bahia. All right, Uvita just wasn't able to do enough. Good job, La Bahia. Way to go with that championship. They showed us really good strategy all along the way. Yesterday, they were just so dominant. They carried a 22-point lead into the day. I want to see what the standings say, Delsol. I want to see how far they were up. Did Uvita close the gap to yesterday's lead? Or did La Bahia manage to climb a little bit farther ahead of their competition? There were some great individual performances. La Bahia ends up being only 16 points. They only win by 16 points, which means essentially Uvita made up ground on La Bahia in day 2, but the day 1 performance by La Bahia was just too much. 4 booyahs. 4 booyahs.
Dadventurer, take a look at this. Take a look at this. I think one of the biggest factors in La Bahia snagging first place wasn't just the kill count, Dadventurer. It was the 4 booyahs that they had. Because Uvita, though they had high kill counts, they only had 1 booyah. But La Bahia was able to take it with all those booyahs that they had. Because remember, each booyah is 12 points. And that definitely gave them the advantage there over Uvita.
Right, that is true. That's, we're talking a score differential of 16 points. There's 12 bonus points that you get as being first versus second. You get that 3 points over the second place team, and those points add up. Had Uvita got 1 more booyah, maybe 2 more booyahs, and La Bahia did not, that would have evened things out with the kill total. But that shows you the importance of getting eliminations and getting booyahs. You got to have both if you want to win these championships. And that's the same way for you as survivors. You've got to get eliminations and you've got to get the booyah overall if you want to move up in the rankings in tournaments and in ranked gameplay. That's going to help you move and advance your squad further, maybe get heroic, maybe get champion in Free Fire and Grandmaster. And so that worked out well for Bahia. Who do you think was the best overall? Like, we watched La Bahia, we watched Uvita. Who do you think would be your personal MVP of watching these two teams play?
So my personal MVP has to go to Uvita based on just those kills alone. I know they didn't put enough booyahs in the map to take over La Bahia, but their kills alone and their skills to progress was definitely impressive. Another standout was definitely Piggy Gang. Piggy Gang was just climbing up the rankings. And remember, they were climbing from the beginning there. They were climbing up the rankings and they showed a lot of impressions. And Mighty Ducks, y'all are still my favorite at heart. Y'all still rock. But La Bahia takes the top right here.
Right. Yeah, La Bahia, well done. We have a new code for you. For all of you who have been watching us on day 2, for those of you who have been loyal watching the Alpine Discovery Tournament with us, we got a code for you for free stuff in Free Fire. It's a gift to you for watching. It's LP5G STRA2TNT. It's on the screen. You go to reward.ff.garena.com/EN. You log in on Facebook, Gmail, however you log into the game. You log in, you put that code, all capital letters, you got free stuff. Yesterday's code was frozen out. We might get to show you that code again. There were a little bit of problems. We had to thaw that out for you to be able to use it, but it's thawed out working, and I believe we've thawed out this code for you too, so they should both work for you, and you can get some free Alpine gear. As we get excited about Alpine, hopefully you've learned some strategy and some tactics for you to improve your gameplay in this new map. My fans think this map is great. I personally love Alpine. It's gonna be one of the maps I try to play the most in the game because I think it's just so beautiful, and it's got so many different opportunities in the different new landing locations and the loot drop locations that you could really kind of specialize your gameplay to fit the map. Delsol, what do you think as we get wrapped up here? Kind of what's your overall thoughts for everyone as they approach Alpine moving forward?
Dadventure, all I gotta say is Alpine is a place of discovery, a place of mystic, a place where you can drop anywhere and you can gain an advantage from any position. Dadventure, wide open space, lots of buildings, great for snipers, great for campers. Also, once that thing closes in, great for rushers, because you notice, Dadventure, once the storm started closing in, it always closes in on places that are open. So it is a very versatile map, a lot more versatile than Kalahari and Bermuda. And I'm excited to see as we begin to play this map more often, how much more hints and tips can be created from this map. I'm excited to type into YouTube and see, what does Alpine have to offer? And I want to see that 6 months from now. And you're going to see more stuff from before, and it's just gonna keep evolving as more players play on this map. And I think Alpine is a great map, and I think the past 2 days casting this tournament with you, Dadventure, has been a lot of fun. It's definitely been a great experience, and it was fun. Fast-paced action. I got to see a whole bunch of really good players play, and also I took down some notes as I was watching other players play as well. I was like, this is what this team does. All right, I'm gonna take advantage of this. I'm gonna
some great
this to my team, and we're gonna use these strategies
that we can use in our own gameplay as we improve our skills and our strategy as we approach Alpine, because we're new to this map just like all of you, and so it's exciting. Thanks for watching with us. Thanks for watching Alpine Discovery. We love Free Fire. I believe that Free Fire is life, and so we're excited to be here with you. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and beyond. Delsol G and myself, Dadventure. We look forward to playing the game with you, our Free Fire Survivor friends and fans, and we can't wait to broadcast with you again soon in the future. We hope you enjoy Alpine, and thanks for being with us.
All right, guys, take care and stay safe out there. Thank you for joining.